Aww.
I was a second too late. Alright, hold on. Let me join you guys.
So
Maybe I
why
have
didn't
time.
you kick me out? That's weird.
No, I was out longer.
I'm so sorry for so that.
No, no, it's fine. Uh.
Get ready. They're coming back.
Oh, cool. I'm still broadcasting. Right when it came back, I moved it, then it kicked me out. Alright. I can only observe now. Alright, well, that's going on. This is going to probably be a boring broadcast. I am going to look for a capture gallery. So let's see. Only microphone is being used. Yes, okay. Capture gallery. Alright, I'm gonna send you a bunch of pictures. No, I'm gonna send you 3 pictures that I screen captured of where to find capture gallery. And I'll show you what mine looks like. So, my broadcast is just showing probably a blue screen. Too.
Let's get you back in the fight.
So it's like hidden or something?
No, it's not hidden. It's just you have it. It's just that whatever you don't use a lot app-wise on your PlayStation, they just hide it away. So because everything on your main page is like what you use the most, so you have ease of access to it.
Oh, okay.
I use capture gallery like all the time. So.
They have a shield generator.
Dang, that soldier, he's babysitting. Ish.
Imagination is the essence of discovery.
I found the shield generator.
May is like dangerous, dog. She'll freeze your ass.
True.
So when are you on summer break? You should definitely, you and Jasmine should come down, meet Tony. Well, you know Tony, of course. But, you know, the 2 of you come down and then team up with your boy Tony, your man. And then meet up with me and Anthony, and all 5 of us could be like, yo, what's up?
Honestly, like, that sounds like amazing. I'm
Yeah,
so
man.
down for it.
I'll treat you
I'm
to some
pretty
good
sure-
shit.
Hey. I'm always down for food. But I'm pretty sure I'm gonna school by like May.
For real?
2nd week of May for sure, yeah. So, and I don't work like right now since of like because of school. I have my availability for work is like very specific. I only work weekends. So hopefully you have time to hang out on weekdays.
Well,
But
I can.
that's probably the way to go.
I just have to kick it right after work. That's all.
Alrighty.
And I can do
Yeah. Because I don't work weekdays, so that's the time I would have like, or if anything, I could ask for like the weekend off too, and just be there for like a whole week or something.
I think that's better because you gotta think, you know, your first time here, you don't want to rush it, bro. I've done that a few times and I regret it, you know? Like I had to do work in Vegas, I easily could have spent like a few days there when I wasn't working and enjoy it.
Yeah, for sure. I'll totally like try to get a weekend off, and I'll totally like go that week.
Yeah, and coordinate with Jasmine too. I haven't seen her in a while.
For real. I'll let her know.
Since I
Yeah,
can't
'cause I
hear
haven't seen her
her,
in a
it
while,
takes
so-
forever.
Is she in the party?
Yeah.
Did you invite her?
No, I did. I invite everybody, you know.
Mhm.
I'll invite her again, see if she can get the hint. Invato. Ooh, pretty. Oh, it's only her. Damn it. Never mind. I have this. I have 2 lists of people on my friends list,
Mhm.
and one is Overwatch, and other is called Pretty. There's a few girls that I kind of like that play PlayStation, so I put them on there just in case we could game date, and it worked. I game dated with one girl 2 weeks ago.
Oh, nice.
She's
How'd that
really
go?
cool, but we haven't played games in a while, so I was like, okay, whatever. But this
Maybe
girl,
invite her.
huh?
Maybe invite her.
Yeah, maybe. She don't play this game though. But oh, this other girl I went out with today, man, she's cool.
See? It's not the same one that you were telling me about earlier, right?
No, this is the same one, the one that I had to date with today.
Okay. Oh, okay.
She's cool.
So you game with her too?
No, she's not a gamer.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
damn. This thing captured everything, like me logging in, joining the group.
You could edit it too. If you press options on the clip, you could edit how long it is, so you could focus on just a moment or take out certain things or whatever.
She said her internet's being buggy. I click options. Okay, good.
Yeah. Oh, the match started, bro.
Okay.
Don't be kicked out like me. That would not be cool.
Oh, I think I did get kicked out.
No!
Right when I joined.
Yeah. Oh shit, who the fuck is this? Who the fuck is... Wait, I didn't join in the... Oh, I joined because they kicked you out. That's weird. They traded a friend for a friend. How horrible.
Tag
Shit,
team.
motherfuckers are already on the point. I know, right? Tag me in, bro. Tag me. Oh shit, leave me alone. You fat, porky pig. Oh. Get on my face, Roadhog. Drink some fat-free water. Got one. My death cam caught someone. Ah, shit. That was a misfire. We're not gonna win this. Ah! Sombra, really, girl? Shit. I love you. I have you on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
Let me see if I can send you. Dang, everyone's sending Taking pictures at Coachella. It looks so cool. Whoa. There you is. There you go. I sent you a picture of her, so you can see who I dig right now.
Alrighty. Okay, yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
And how do I send you the clip?
Oh, the clip? Oh, of your gameplay? I'll just share it to Facebook. I'll check it out.
Okay.
That's the easier way. See.
The true enemy of humanity is disorder. Order will be restored.
Oh, that's awesome. Every time I watch it, I'm just like, that was so cool.
Oh, I can't wait to see it.
It was basically, you want me to tell you? You're gonna wait until you see it.
I want to see it.
Alright.
I want you to suppress.
Attack commences in 30 seconds.
What are you patching up? As usual. The true struggle is for the superiority of ideas.
Oh, this weekend and next week I'm gonna be having to spend money doing stuff. I don't like doing that. I mean, I like the stuff, but I don't want to lose the money. Shit.
Turret was destroyed.
Damn it. Shit, fuck you. Oh, goddamn. Make me proud, turrets.
I will correct.
Dang it, only one turret's alive. And he dead.
This is not your time. From light to
Damn it. Come on, give me a turret.
my defenses are weakened.
Oh shit, who did that? Me! Oh, she ice walled herself. Yeah, fuck you. I don't want to see your face. Ooh, shit, leave me alone. Oh, god damn you all suck. Alright, I think I know what I'm gonna do.
I will follow my path.
Put a teleporter up behind enemy lines. I like it. Who's that? Us? Okay, good. Let's nerf this. I'm like, who is it? Shit. Damn it. I got shot. That means someone's on my ass. Yep, they're on my ass. Leave me alone. Ah, shit.
I will correct my mistakes.
Get this doggy moving.
Get your mother moving. Don't nobody see me, 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 nobody see me. Alright, nobody saw me. Shit, I hear footsteps. I hate hearing footsteps.
Sentry turret placed.
Alright, I'm gonna throw
Alrighty. Sorry, it made me log in again.
What?
Yeah, to Facebook.
Oh, I see. I keep forgetting you're not here with us. Damn it! Aha, that's what you get. Ooh, my teleport's still up. I'll leave it for the other people to use. Ooh, it's a good spot.
I'm updating.
I'm looking forward to seeing what you're talking about.
They should be homes.
Oh shit.
Oh wow, she's pretty.
Yeah, she's gorgeous and she's so deep. Like, oh.
I like her dress she's wearing in that one picture.
Yeah, she's a model. She's primarily an actress, but she models to pay the bills.
What's that?
Like a print model, not runway.
Okay. Wow. It's pretty awesome.
She was fucking with me from the get-go. Like, when she showed up, we were waiting to be, taken to our tables to have some bomb-ass sushi. She's like, oh, by the way, I'm vegan and vegetarian, and I don't eat anything other than... I was like, oh, dang. You're gonna eat a lot of beans today, girl. You can't, like, edamame, that's it. Oh, dang, I got tossed. So anyways, she's like, no, I'm just kidding. I was like, oh, thank God. Dang. I think she's the #1 contender for the belt.
Hey.
So, we'll see. I mean, I already have a #1 contender, but she's long distance, and I don't think she's gonna be like deciding to come here anytime soon to make a relationship happen. So, kind of.
Wait, where's she from?
Oh, she's in Europe.
Oh wow.
So, that's what I'm saying. You and Tony, you got it good. You got it good. If I hear you guys complain about distance, I'm gonna go to each and one of your houses and slap you in the face. I'm like, what the fuck? You guys work it out.
We do. He's just... He's too traditional.
Fuck tradition, man. I mean, tradition is good in preservation of certain things, but if tradition holds you back, then it's not worth it.
Yeah. He doesn't get that.
Give me his address, I'll slap him. I'm just kidding. Yeah, but...
He lives in Bell Gardens? I think that's what it's called, something like that.
Oh shit, I dated a girl in Bell Gardens. He's 40 minutes away from me. They have some nice mariscos and Mexican spots out there. It's pretty dope.
Yeah.
BRB will.
That's one... Oh, okay, okay.
The true enemy of humanity is disorder.
Alright, I'm back. You're gonna say something about Bell Gardens?
Okay, what happened?
You're gonna say something about Bell Gardens. You're just like, yeah, that's one thing you like.
Oh
Or
no, about the mariscos.
oh,
I was like,
yeah,
that's one bad thing. I'm like, Tony doesn't like seafood.
for real.
Yeah, right. It's
Dang.
tragic.
It's alright. To some people, it's just too fishy.
Yeah. When he came here, I was like, I, I didn't think he was like serious, and he kind of didn't really like tell me like all crazy. Like he just like said it, but like it wasn't like he didn't say it with the passion. He was just like, oh, like they're whatever. Like I'll eat them. So like I didn't think it was like bad. You know what I mean? Like
Oh yeah.
I guess he really doesn't like them.
Oh dang.
He didn't say anything. So I was like making him eat sushi. And then I made him try miso soup. It was so funny.
I will follow my path.
I was like, try it. And like, I'm like, you're gonna try foods. I'm like, you can't say you don't like it if you haven't tried it.
All right. Well, it's crazy because eating raw food, because I've had some bad gastrointestinal stuff for a while, like acid reflux. Mostly because of my European trip. I drank so much and I ate bad, and then I continued to eat bad. Like I ate like 11 of the 15 things that cause heartburn, right? So I was like, okay, I need to give my stomach a problem. I gotta help my stomach, so I started eating more salads. I avoided those foods, and I was feeling a lot better. And then eating raw food helped my stomach a lot more too. So I'm like, yeah, sushi, yeah.
Yeah, and he
Man.
can't really complain about the raw part though, cause he told me like the raw part kind of like made him a little queasy. So I was like, oh well then, you're in luck. They have cooked sushi. Did the thing. Like the fried one.
Well, here's another thing. Some people are like, raw is bad. Oh, they're all scarred. But it's only it's bad because it has active bacteria in it. But guess what else has active bacteria? Yogurt. Do we eat frozen yogurt? Do we eat yogurt in general and all that? Yeah, we do. So you can eat sushi. Dang, I'm getting slaughtered.
Same here.
Hey, you're in the game. But you're not green. Why aren't you green?
Because we're not on the same team.
We're not on the same team?
I mean group. I clicked join game instead of inviting you to
Oh.
No.
Dang, how come I'm by myself now? What? How does this work? You gotta get our group back.
Get an extra XP.
Hold on.
Fences in place.
No one can hide from my sight.
Teleporter online. Waiting for fun. From light into being.
I got him.
Nice. Oh shit, that's a fought out. Oh crap, I died. Alright, let's figure out this social.
I thought the Mercy's name was Tocito, but it's not.
Hey, where's Jasmine? Is she with us?
No, remember she said she'll be back because her Wi-Fi was like weird.
Oh, I didn't read it. I didn't know. Ah. What the fuck? How's this social work?
A momentary lapse.
There we go. I sent you the invite. Cool. Ooh, let's use my own teleporter.
Did they group us up? Yeah, it did. Cool.
We gotta stay together, brother.
We start winning. It's because we're grouped up.
Totally, man.
Oh, stupid widow. I mean, not
powers
widow.
unite.
Yeah. I'm gonna go bridge it.
Cool. Dang, I'm getting knocked. They like kicked my dead body back into the bar. It's like, you know, sit down and drink. Oh, they're trying to get our tub. Oh, never mind.
A momentary lapse.
Something did.
My sentry
I don't
was
know what I was saying.
destroyed.
Thanks.
Hey man, I'm ashamed to play Monster Hunter when people are on. Ooh, we got babysitting. We got babysitting Joe. As in
Wait,
G.I.
over
Joe.
there?
No,
God.
they're soldiers babysitting us.
Death is an illusion.
I spawn, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think he's trying to come back.
Sentry turret placed.
Yeah, he will. Like a bitch. He does. He's not gonna like what's here for him.
Raksha pranali sanrigit karna.
Get fucked, Diva.
Online.
Oh fuck.
That sounds
She
like
was in
a
her
good
right
thing
on-
when people say that.
To me, it's like they're like
What?
something's bad about them, so they need to go like have sex and get it fixed through that. So that's why I'm like, get fucked, like, probably not. No, I'm kidding.
Or maybe if it's like a donkey show or something. 'Cause that just sounds bad, man. Dang it, I thought I was on a killing streak. I am now, bitch. Oh shit. What? What? You want some of this? Oh shit, I'll have that sentry. Come here, come. There we go. Come to mama. Oh shit. I should jump on.
Stupid Anna.
I will follow my path.
She in that Hanzo, man. They got a formidable force going.
Right?
My
And
sentry
they're not even grouped up.
online.
Ooh, my sentry and Doris got hit.
Thanks.
Someone trying to babysit. Father up
In
top.
place.
What's she doing? What's she doing?
Ah,
Creating a barrier.
You still have a Fada? Yeah. Oh shit, bitch. Enjoy my sentries. Dang.
Death is an illusion.
Whew.
thank you.
Oh shit, that sucked. Oh man, I'm so low in Monster Hunter.
Work is not complete.
I'm level 5.
Don't worry, Tony got it, so you guys are gonna be like almost like
Oh, okay.
the
Dude,
same
the
area, so
tutorials are painful, bro. I hate them talking to me about how. I hate tutorial, man. Sometimes I just hate it.
I watched the video and like I skipped all of them when Trevor and Udo watched them in the.
Being destroyed.
Ooh, that soldier,
That
he's
was-
running like he's got a place to be. he just stopped. There we go, I punched him. I didn't grieve, I didn't teabag, I punched his dead body. Just make sure he's dead, you know? That's not disrespectful. Damn. Why did I? I don't know. I just...
The way my Brigitte flew with like her head and hands like flying, it was hilarious.
That's cool.
My mistakes.
shielded the shield. Ooh, that's not gonna work. Damn it! Oh, I need to get back in there. No, don't push it, don't push it, don't push it, guys. Come on, get up, get up. No. 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 Shit, no. There we go.
Bad. Mercy resting.
It worked a little bit. Didn't work all the way. It's working.
It worked a little bit.
Yeah, I wanted to put more. Damn it, I wanted that to work. Because they only last for a little bit, because when they run into something, they break.
No.
Oh, fuck you, dude. Yeah, you're a douchebag. Babysitting. Sucking, walloping, dick fucking bitch.
Yeah, he is annoying. Even the McCree? Oh no, he didn't.
Nah. He's a
Can McCree speed up his ult?
I don't know. I don't play McCree. It's weird. Maybe. They give you a lot of experience for finishing a match. That's good. Because you know how people quit? Like a little bitch. Oh man, I want a girlfriend. It'd be cool.
You will get one soon. I'm
Really?
calling it into the world for you.
Oh,
I have
sweet.
powers.
Oh, you the man, bro. Thanks for looking out.
Welcome.
I'll
Call it
get you
into the world.
sushi for that.
Happen.
If you're right, I'll get you sushi.
Hey.
She's so... I'm shocked at how cool she was. Makes me worried. Like it's not gonna happen. Ooh, can I jump in the water? Hui! Whoa, no splash. I just died.
Prepare to attack. Select your hero.
Attack, huh? I'm gonna be... Cyber Ninja! What's Okami? I forgot. Oh, that's Okami. I'm Cyber Ninja.
Wait, do you like Dragon Ball Z?
Oh yeah, it's cool. I
I
can't watch
started
the
watching it
series.
now.
I watch the movies because they're shorter.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I
But-
just finished Dragon Ball.
Watch it. Are you watching it subtitle?
Yeah,
Good.
sub.
Because when they translated to English, they left out a whole bunch of stuff, like dialogue that's really crucial. Like,
Oh, really?
Goku is really smart and caring, and they go through some intense shit. And then the American one, they dumb it down, and they take scenes out, and they take certain dialogue out.
Really?
Yeah. It's
Cause
drastically
he's still
different.
like he's still pretty like goofy and like kind of like out of
Yeah,
it.
he's goofy, but he's more of a jock. Because the thing about Dragon Ball Z, all these violent heroes, enemies and good guys, what makes Goku so strong is his sense for hope and devotion, which comes from his good-natured, sweet, innocent self, you know? And that part is super highlighted in the Japanese version. It's so good. And then the things he says in the name of justice when enemies have gone too far is just way different than the American one. Because the American one's like, alright, that's enough. And like the Japanese one would be some like, you know,
like deeper.
you went too far. That was your only child. I cannot forgive you for this. You know, it's like deeper like that stuff, you know? It's like a commitment to what you're doing. It's not like, alright, I had it, you are going down! All that bullshit, you know what I mean? I hate that. Ugh! I just love the quality of voice acting. Acting in general. so it's good you see it dubbed, man. I mean subbed. Ooh, ooh. Slap myself for that shit.
It's really good. I don't know why it took so long to watch it.
Are you watching Dragon
Like, I
Ball
mean-
Z or Dragon Ball Z Kai?
Well, I finished Dragon Ball. Now I'm on Dragon Ball Z. I'm gonna watch all of it.
Hey, that's what's up, bro. Go for it.
I'm
I'm so proud of
super
you.
excited.
One Piece
Thank
is
you.
super long, though.
Ah, One Piece. I'm caught up.
You are?
Yes, I love One Piece.
I
It
was-
took me 2 years.
What? Wow. I was telling a friend, it's like, are you ever gonna watch One Piece? And my reply to him was like, you know what? That's my retirement plan. When I got nothing to do, I'm gonna watch all One Piece.
It took me 2 years on and off. Cause even after a while, like you could only like binge watch like a 500 episode show like so long before you like need a break from it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I took a break. Yeah, I'm caught up. Yeah, it's so good though. It made me cry so many times.
I like to cry. It's like my favorite thing. If a show or a movie can make me cry, it's my jam,
It's
bro.
good.
Because then I'm like, dude, I care. No matter how bad I feel or negative I get sometimes when things don't work out, it's good to know that I can still care. Because that's a sign of hope, man. Maybe it's my brown side that's like, it's okay to cry. Like my Asian brown side. I know Mexican brown pride is like, hey man, why you crying, man? Why being a stupid puto? Or whatever the hell, you know? You know what I mean?
Should be good.
In India, it's like, wow, it's courageous to show your tears.
Really?
Well, in the stories. That's very important. I love being Hanzo.
I'm taking the point.
Oh, sorry, I couldn't get to him in time. I'm not that fast yet, Sensei.
Dang, they got us.
Oh, they found me. They found my spot. I gotta hide.
We didn't get. We were close though.
Oh shit, Trace is on me. I'm not gonna live. Oh
Dude, I can't
dang,
wait to
I'm
get
dead.
super
And I did my
stoned with
route to
you.
go down and they killed me.
I'm pretty sure Tony will smoke that day. Like get super stoned.
What day?
Usually, when we get stoned, when I visit,
Oh!
and Jazz will be there. I'm sure she's down. Hopefully Anthony will.
You guys will have fun. Oh, I don't think anyone else. No, it's gonna be like, watch, it's gonna be just you two. Oh shit. No, but for real, man. Let's just make it happen. It's gonna be awesome.
For real. Yeah, Tony doesn't like to smoke because I guess it gives him really anxiety since he had like a, like I guess one time they gave him like laced weed without him knowing, and it like gave him a bad experience.
Huh.
So kind
So
of like,
nice.
it kind of, I guess it triggers it
Yeah,
every time
got
he
you, mate.
smokes weed.
I hacked mate. Go kill her, please. I don't know where you are. Oh, sorry. But he had a bad experience?
Yeah, so I guess every time he smokes, it kind of triggers the memory or something like that. I don't know the feeling.
Oh.
Pressure on. We can't let
And,
Oh, we don't have a healer. I'm going at the last minute, of course.
True self is without form.
It's okay. Maybe you had the wrong thing, cause once upon a time I was smoking out, and then my friends they gave me something called Darth Vader. I was like, hey, cool, I'll try that. It's Star Wars, you know what I'm saying? Oh fuck, I died. But and I remember it was when Man of Steel was about to come out. I don't know how you feel about the movie, if you've seen it or not, but I love that movie so much. It's my jam. I love it. Why? Because how it was done is just beautiful. And it's
is that when the bullet like goes past his eye?
No, that's the one before it. That's the
Okay.
first reboot.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, you're
Well,
talking about when the
right
bullet
here.
goes to his eye and breaks, right?
hmm
Yeah. This is different. So I guess you haven't seen it. Cool. But
Play of the game.
what was I saying? Oh yeah. So that movie's fucking beautiful, and I forgot where I was going with that. Movie? What was I saying before that?
You were talking about the fuck, I'm stoned. The Superman, the movie. You're gonna tell me something about it that you really liked, because it's like you're one of your favorites. So.
Yeah, but why was I bringing up one of my favorites?
What were we talking about that before?
I
About
don't
smoking?
know.
Yeah, we're talking about yeah, we're talking about smoking. Are we all gonna smoke? But then why did it go to a movie?
I don't know. Hold on, I'm streaming. Let me go look at my
Okay.
stream and go back. This is the first time I'm using my streaming for a conversation.
Technology.
Welcome to Blizzard World.
My videos. Blizzard World.
The true enemy of humanity is disorder.
Alright. Oh, not enough players. Cool. Give me time to check this out. What were you talking about? Whatever. Damn it! Oh, that's what you get. Alright. That sounds like us. Yeah, she's a model. Alright, here we go. Wait. It was at... Oh, no.
Temple. No. It was
At Blizzard World, right?
Blizzard. Blizzard, yeah.
What are you talking about? Whatever. It's so trippy. I'm like, what's the real time? Oh, no, players. Check this out. Oh no, that's what I just said a while ago. Wait, the last game we did was at Blizzard World, right?
Mhm.
My finger's fat. I can't find it. Wait, hold on, no. Right there, there, there.
Traveling to
Blizzard World. What? I'm tripping out. Where's Blizzard World? Did like not happen?
Wasn't it in Temple? I think it was in Temple.
Yeah, she's a model.
No.
She's primarily an actress. No, I was like Hanzo, right?
Yeah. It was Blizzard.
Sounds like us. What is going on?
Hey.
Hey, Tony!
Yeah, it should be Blizzard. Go to the part where I was talking about smoking. When I
Hey,
visited,
guys.
when we were gonna smoke. And then we're
Hey,
talking about
what's up,
jazz. Hey, what's up?
Performs their function. Body is a
I'm gonna eat real quick and I'll play with you guys.
Alright,
I'm
cool.
gonna get off soon.
Oh, not
You
what the
bastard.
what? God, you guys suck.
Like, this is my last match, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I have to wake up at 7.
Well then, never mind.
Oh, I'll figure it out,
So-
man. I'll hit you up. It's like,
Yeah,
why-
I'm pretty sure
it's like,
it,
why
it has
don't-
to be there.
somewhere
Just
else.
look for the part where I bring up, like, all of us smoking, and then I talk about Tony smoking.
There's some
Wait, what?
No, we were talking, Tony, and I was trying to figure out what I was gonna say, and I forgot. And I was like, ooh, I was broadcasting. Maybe I could go back and look at it.
I'm
But I think
trying
it
to
was
find it.
because it was kind of recent. It's not updated on the playback. That's probably why. Check it.
Mm,
Dang it. I don't know. Oh, I remember now.
what was it?
Okay, so I was trying Darth Vader, and that's when Man of Steel was coming out, and that's like, you know, my super favorite movie. So we were talking about bad experiences with the tree, right?
Follow my path.
Yeah, that's it.
That's what we were talking about. All right, I found it. Wow. So,
Defenses are weakened.
so we're all smoking whatever in front of, you know, the 7-Eleven, like typical black people, and No, for real. I was like the only brown brother. And then they're all like, "Hey, what's up, man? Da, 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 da. Yeah, try this. What is that?" And we already had a hit of whatever. And then he said, "What is this? It's called Darth Vader. It's laced with other things." So I was like, "All right, I'll try it in the name of Star Wars. Hell yeah!" So then I try it. And I was like, "Whoa!" You know, did my cough dance, and then I was talking with them. Everything was normal, and then I was like, "Hey, you know what? I'm gonna show you guys this cool trailer of this new movie coming out. They're redoing Superman." They're like, "No way, for real?" All right. So I got my phone. I remember I went to my car, got my phone because it was charging, and then I looked on YouTube, got the trailer. I want to make sure it's the right trailer, right? So I'm playing. You've seen the trailer, right? You have some idea
Yeah,
of
I think so.
what the movie looks like, right?
Yeah.
All right, that's enough. So, ooh, I spiderweb that. Oh, I didn't kill him. So, there's a scene in the trailer where Superman comes out of his little base in the snow, and then there's like light behind him and it's glowing, and it's all magnificent. I was like, yeah, that's the right trailer. Then the next thing I know, I kid you not, I find myself surrounded in snow. I don't feel cold or anything. And I look up, and it's like I'm on the ground. And I just see Superman walk by me, and his cape flowing in the air. I was like, wow, I'm there with Superman. This is so cool. He's real. What? And then, next thing I know, I'm waking up, and I'm sitting on the curb. And my friends are talking to me. It's like, dude, hey, Siri, wake up, my nigga. Wake up, wake up, wake up. I was like, what? Oh, hey. What's going on? It's like, alright, cool. And everyone's spread out and they're like talking. It's like, alright, what's going on? So I don't know. I just brushed it off, right?
You like blacked out or what?
Yeah, I did. Cause then the next day I met up with my friend who was there, and I picked him up. We're gonna go see a movie, and then the first thing he said, "Man, my nigga, I was angry at you, dog. I was so scared." I was like, "What happened? What's happening?" He's like, "Last night, man, you fainted. Your face hit the ground, and you were not breathing for like 2 minutes." And I was like, what? And I was like, that's probably true because I remember that little dream sequence I had or whatever. And I remember it came and went, and you know, I was standing up. Next thing I know, I'm sitting on the curb. So he must have been right. So I was like, dang,
that's
maybe
scary.
It is scary. But then I was like, man, I died, and the only thing I saw was being with Superman. I know that sounds corny, but I love Superman.
That was your heaven.
Yeah, I think so. And I was happy, and then when I saw the movie, right, I was like, man, I hope this movie's good. I hope this movie's good. And then from the beginning, there's the music goes doom, doom. I was like, oh my god, it's beautiful. And then they have this origin tale. It's like, and I always want Superman on the Star Wars level, you know, his movies, because there's a lot of sci-fi involved. And they did that. There was laser guns, there was aliens, and I was like, and they treated it like a beautiful thing. Like the music was on point, and it was just like a beautiful dance. And this is, and I was like, oh, I loved it. They had artistic camera angles, and then, because of that trip, and then watching the movie regular, I was emotional, man. I was in tears. I was like, this movie's beautiful, the most beautiful movie I've ever seen. But yeah. So I understand bad trips or whatever in the past.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. That's what I don't do. Huh. But what's trippy, bro, is that I didn't know until a day later, you know, what happened. That means that when it did happen, I didn't notice it happened, and it was so peaceful and beautiful, and I got a new perception of death. It's like death doesn't seem scary to me.
Oh, like you didn't think about death.
What?
Like you didn't think about death while you were there?
Yeah, I didn't think of it because, according to my friend, right, I was passed out on the ground and not breathing, right, for like 2 minutes, according to him. I don't know, I was busy being passed out, right? So, but I remember that I was standing, and then I was there with Superman, and the next thing I know, I'm on the curb. and that felt like, you know, like 10 seconds. But the transition, because I fell and hit the ground, and they were bringing my body up, I don't remember feeling any of that. If my head smacked the ground, I don't feel it. I don't remember the pressure. And I'm thinking, what if the transition to death is like that? Like, it's very smooth, and then the only thing you see is something very, very beautiful. Not just see, but feel the presence of. So, with that thought of the experience I felt, and what I remember and what's told to me, maybe death isn't really a scary thing, dog. I'm not saying we should all go out and die, but I'm just saying that, you know, people, you know, everyone, it's natural. People are afraid of death. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's bound to happen to everyone.
Yeah, I just know I don't like things being uncomfortable, and I don't like pain. That's the only thing I don't like. But
Yeah.
the actual process of being dead or dying, I don't think it's it's a scary thing.
Yeah.
My beautiful turret's working so hard. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I totally get it.
Yeah.
Like to you, it's more like a restful, calming.
Yeah, because
type of thing.
if what I experienced was like death, then maybe.
Yeah. I hope.
I think so, man. Because I don't know. I don't know. Maybe there's other people who've been there. I gotta do that. I gotta like reach
Yeah.
out and see if there's other people who had a similar experience. Because maybe we're close. Maybe I discovered heaven, dog.
Imagine.
Yeah, and Jesus looks like Henry Cavill. Shit.
And he has a
Alright.
cool superhero outfit.
Yeah, I know,
Well, he's a
right?
fan of Superman.
No, I love that outfit. Now, you know I'm straight, right? So, but I have to say, Henry Cavill's a beautiful man, dog. He's Superman, dude, from the comics. Oh, and you know what? I'm not the only straight guy who's thinking that, because I saw this meme, and it had a picture of the actor for Superman's grandfather, because there's a TV show of him, and there's a picture of Russell Crowe, who's the dad of Superman, and then they had a picture of Superman underneath, Henry Cavill. And then my friend said, "Hey, man, just to let you know, Russell Crowe, he's not good looking enough to be a Superman family member." I was like, you know what? You're right. We're all talking about it. He's like, he's gotta be handsome, bro. He's gotta be handsome. And this is like a guy who lifts. He's like a jock. He's like super tough and everything. And he's saying all that. It's just funny. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Hey, can you repeat that? Sorry. I was like,
No,
I was trying to make sure we won.
Oh, I feel you. We're focused. No, I'm more braver if I'm chillax, so don't mind me. No, I'm saying that me and another buddy who's like a full-on man's man, like he lifts, he's tough and everything, but he was bringing up that Russell Crowe wasn't good looking enough to be a Superman family member. And I was like, yeah, you know what, you're right.
For me, it's like I see like all those like guys, actors and stuff that like play superheroes and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And like, although like I obviously think they're like good looking and stuff, but like I don't know like if you feel this way about like really hot girls or something, but like sometimes they're just like too hot to the point where you just like I don't know how to explain it.
No, there's this one Indian actress. She's considered the most beautiful woman in the world because Julia Roberts said so on Oprah, so everyone thinks so now, right? So, no, but she is gorgeous, right? She looks like the Indian equivalent to what Barbie doll would look like if she was like an Indian woman. She's that like perfect, and for some reason, I am not attracted to her. You know what? I'm gonna Snapchat. No, not Snapchat. I'm gonna Instagram her to you, so you know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna show you the Indian actress that's regarded the most sexy, beautiful of all Indian actresses, and I'm gonna show you my favorite one that I think is the most sexy and beautiful. And you're gonna see a difference, because you know you're into fashion. You know what's up, you know. Fuck, what's her name? I forget her name. Dave Das. She was in the movie Dave Das. So maybe. Oh, Aishwarya. Okay, I got it now. I remember.
Now entering the
Aishwarya
temple.
Rai.
Prepare your defenses. Select your hero.
Let me find a picture of her that's definitive. Ugh, too much makeup. He looks stupid, actually. Okay, here's a good picture. This is a perfect example. Joe. Ooh, someone picked my girl. Alright, I'm gonna be Hanzo.
With every death comes
Joe.
honor. With honor.
Alright, this girl's regarded the most beautiful Indian woman and also the most beautiful woman in the world. Apparently, whatever.
Alright, let me check.
And oh no, there's no more shit. Let me try.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
It is
Show you
time to
one of my
act.
favorites. Ah, dang it, that's not. She don't have good
Wait,
pictures.
which one's which?
Oh, the one I just sent you. That's the most prettiest or whatever. Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's pretty.
Yeah. I don't want to be kicked out again. Hold on, let me find this.
One. Attackers incoming.
Yeah, that's ugly.
And who's the
God
other
damn.
one?
I'm trying to find a good picture of her. Yo is gonna be dang, there's so many tags and oh, everyone's saying they look as good. God damn it. Okay, this will do. Now I'm gonna send you.
Eh,
There you go.
yo no le hice nada.
Oh, there's some issues here.
Mm,
Alright, so the other one
okay,
I
the
sent
second
you is the
one's
one that I
way
think is
prettier.
prettier.
Sí. Ya me voy a dormir ahorita.
Oh, sorry.
Hoy voy a venir en la mañana,
No, me tengo que despertar. Me tengo que despertar temprano.
¿Qué?
Me tengo que despertar temprano. Yeah, the second one's, I like her style more better.
Yeah, see, that's a girl I'm like, dang, she's gorgeous. But then the other one who's like, I guess by geometry or science is better looking, I don't find it better looking.
The first one, right?
Yeah, the first one. It's like they're too
Yeah, I
pretty
get-
that I don't find them pretty.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get that.
However, Superman is perfect, dog. He's a handsome fellow.
Mm-hmm.
He's not too handsome. He's like perfect. I wish I lived up.
They're both really pretty, wow. I'm like so looking through their pictures. I like what they wear.
Oh yeah, they each are. Both of them are models, so they have that fashionista thing going on.
Mm.
Ooh, my favorite K-pop group, bro. They're all of them are models, like professional runway.
Is it a guy group or a girl group?
Girl group.
Oh, girl group. It's not BTS, right?
No, I love BTS
That's
though.
a guy group.
Yeah, that's a guy group. Those guys are dope, dude.
They have really nice style.
They have good videos too. Goddamn,
Like,
Genji
I'm
cut
like,
me up.
wow.
He fought with
Like
honor.
lately, I've been really inspired by Korean like styles.
I like their style because it's not so crazy as the Japanese ones.
A minor.
Yeah.
Japanese is a
And
little
I
too
don't know, it's very
avant-garde
stylish.
sometimes.
Yeah, the Japanese, yeah, they like their crazy kawaii stuff. Alrighty, man, I'm head out now.
Oh,
Go to
for real?
bed.
Wait, I'm not playing with
Yeah.
you?
No.
Who are these fuckers?
Yeah, that's a while ago.
Oh shit, my bad.
Alrighty, man, it was great gaming with you again.
Yeah, man.
Hopefully you play
missed
soon
you.
again.
We will.
You know, alrighty, good night.
Good night, bro.
Tony might join you.
Oh, cool.
You know.
I might get off and
Yeah.
play Skyrim. I don't know. Let's see.
Okay.
Oh shit!
Sounds
shit.
good.
Yeah.
Have you heard of Elder Scrolls, by the way? Because I have it, but I
Elder
just have no
Scrolls
one to play
Online?
with. Yeah.
Yeah, I have it. I just haven't played it in a
What? We
minute.
should play.
Yeah, we could do
We should
that.
play. I haven't played it. I haven't played it in a minute either, and like I've been wanting to play it. Cause
Alright,
it's
I'm
funner when you
down.
play with people.
Oh yeah.
Alrighty. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Good night for sure this time.
Alright, later, bro.
Bye.
Damn it. That didn't work. Ooh, well played. Ah! I'm stuck in a wall. I don't know where I am. Where I is. Where'd I be? What? Okay, there. Okay, now I know where I am. That was embarrassing.
Again.
Looks like they were just playing it.
See through the dragon's eyes.
Wow, that got tossed. Oh, someone is already. Smoke.
Start over at the beginning.
Only through conflict will we evolve.
Let's see how good this is. Sometimes. There we go. Dang, that's what's up, man. Ruined your plans there, huh? Ah, he got his revenge. Mercy has his back though, that's a good team.
the battle, win the war.
Interesting. That's good logic for a bad guy. It's like, this is not worth it. You may win the day today, Jajos. There's one.
Get them off our objective now!
Where's that bugger? Oh, I can roll Torb. Let's do it.
Build them up, break them down.
Better idea.
I foresee great things for you. Let's get started.
30 seconds remaining.
Look at you.
Our defense will be impenetrable.
Alright then. That's not bad. That's pretty cool. What? I can't read Junkrat's saying.
Play of the game.
Gallifregal. Gallifregal. Oh damn, that's pretty good. Salty Smack. I'll give it to you for a namesake, and you do pretty good. Oh, they were all mic'd up.
Thanks, everyone.
Of course. That's pretty good. Time for me to leave the game. Ow. And a crick in my back. Hopefully I get money or a good suit. Usually it sucks, but... Ooh, there's a gold. Ooh, I got gold. Oh, the puppy victory pose. Yes. Totally having that. Aw. Ooh.
Time pass.
Time pass.
Time pass.
That is a very Indian phrase. Alright, and I bet the Reaper skin I want is 3,000. Yep, 3,000. Who guessed it? I guessed it. He looks good. I want that. That's still cool too. Anyone get anything new? Let me see my favorites. I have everything. Have everything. Have everything. Sprays. I'm missing one spray. What spray am I missing? Okay, have all these. Is it an event spray? Because if so, then it's not fair. That Jaina. Who's Jaina? I don't know all this stuff. Alright, let's see. No new highlight intros. Oh, I want that. That's so cool. I want that so bad. I could buy it any other time. But the Reaper one may not be there forever. Alright, Genji's one. What's the deal with that? Why is that one? Okay, Black. Oh yeah, that is the one. I like Blackwatch. She's got one too, right? Whoa. That is pretty cool. Yeah. Yo, did Sombra get anything new? Mike! What has happened, man?
Hey, not too much, man. Just thought I'd hop on Overwatch since I saw your invitation.
Thank you. I was gonna leave, but now you're here. I'm gonna stay some more.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, no, no.
I didn't mean
Don't.
to
It's totally fine. I'm just like, I don't know what to do. Ooh, the Sombra skin. Dang it. That's 6,000 gold I need now. Fuck. Freaking game, dog. How are you?
This game's crazy.
Yeah.
Not too bad, man. I've been going through a lot actually lately, but it's all been good stuff.
Oh, good stuff a lot? That's cool.
Well, necessary stuff. Necessary stuff. Stuff that I
Necessary
needed to have happen in my life
Oh, okay.
that I've been waiting way too long to do. So,
Alright. Well, congratulations.
yeah. That's why I'm not working at Target anymore or anything right now.
Whoa, this is huge, really?
Yeah.
I don't know if you put
I'm
this
not
in
working.
chat, but I fell way behind in the chat messengers. I just give people thumbs up.
No, I haven't put this in chat. Well, I might have. I think they know, but it wasn't like a huge
Okay.
thing. So.
Wow, so what are you doing now? Going to that school?
Well, I'm going to be. I'm not going to any school quite yet, but yeah, I'm basically fixing everything right now at home, and yeah, I've waited a long time. I just like work was taking a lot of my time away from fixing everything over here at home, and then like getting everything ready to like go back to
Mm-hmm.
school and everything, like from online.
Yeah.
So, but now I'm actually doing it, so
Hey,
feels
that's
really
good news,
good.
man.
Mm-hmm. Thanks. Are you playing a game or anything, or in a
No,
group?
I'm in Hero Gallery. I was gonna try and get some loot crates.
No, it's all good. How about you, man? How you been?
I'm good. I'm actually just tired from the new job, and I've been just focusing on that.
Yeah, is it wearing you out a little?
A little bit, only because I have to focus so much on something that it's just something I never really was geared to do or accustomed to do, but I'm getting the hang of it.
I understand. Completely get you. That's why you still have your Bollywood attempts
I haven't done
or
it in a
hobby
while, but I'm looking to do it.
show.
Yeah.
Got anything that's still like you're a creative guy. You got anything that's still keeping you like any draw? You still draw, right? Just do stuff, right?
Yeah, doodle,
Like,
really.
that's cool, man. Not anything like I'm not talking like career wise, but I mean just for your own. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
my
your
own
own self.
outlet.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm trying to work out and get back into martial arts shape. That's what I need for myself. So
That's cool, dude.
that's
I
still
respect
slow,
that.
but it's in the works.
Dude, I got progress too. I'm not judging or anything, just so you know.
You never do, and I never do you.
Appreciate it.
Judgment.
No, yeah, dude, I'm not. I don't got time for that.
Dang it! What the hell? Amazon. All these websites are acting whack on me, dog.
No, but you're a homie, man. Like I don't get to like hang out with you as much on Overwatch or anything, but we're obviously in person anymore because like we don't live near each other.
Yeah, I kind of like come out to.
No, but it's okay. Like as long as we chat right now, it's cool. I was just saying, like, you're still a homie dog.
Hmm?
I was just saying you're still the homie dog.
Shit, you've always been the homie dog.
Exactly.
Oh man.
What's up?
No, I bought a PlayStation card, but it freaked out, and the page won't reload, and I can't redeem it soon. I have to wait for them to send me an email. I want to get it now.
That's weird. That sucks.
Yeah, sometimes it's just acts weird like that.
Technology,
Okay.
dude.
Uh-huh.
You know how it is. Supposed to be
Mhm.
good, but never works the way it's
Oh,
supposed
there's the voucher code. Cool, I'm good. Alright, they emailed it to me and gave me it. That was fast. Yay. Alright, I just want to see if I get these skins, dog.
to. Dude, it's all gravy. Bro, you won't believe what movie I saw like today. Like I watched again. And I hadn't
What'd
seen
you
it
watch
forever,
again?
dude. Kung Pao.
That movie has, for satire, and this is what I like about satire, is when they have a lot of heart. There's a lot of heart in that movie. I was thinking about that too, because I was in Hollywood, and I walked by the CNN building, and I was like, I remember that scene in Kung Pao when he's like, this is CNN. And I thought about that today. Man.
That's the nuts part. Like, the funny thing about rewatching that movie, dude, is like, okay, I saw that movie like when it came out, which I don't know how old I was, but I definitely wasn't like an adult. So it
Haha.
was perfect for back then. It was hilarious.
Uh-huh.
And today, it was still hilarious. Like, it wasn't like it wasn't funny. I still enjoyed the heck out of that movie.
Uh-huh.
But obviously, you could tell it's like, okay, I wasn't enjoying it like my teenage self was enjoying it. I still looked at it and I was like, oh, dude, the things that stuck with you, like the fact that all of those scenes from the movie that I laughed at, I still laughed at, are the scenes that stuck with me. It really does show you it does have heart.
Yeah. Well, I love that. Yeah. That's awesome. Like another cool thing is the fact that the guy is actually a fan of Kung Fu cinema, old school HK cinema, because he even said like some of the scenes he was inspired, that the scenes that he shot were inspired from old films that not many people seen except maybe members of Wu-Tang Clan or whatever.
Right. And I'm not saying I've seen those like movies or scenes because
Yeah.
I haven't.
But
But
like
when
that,
you watch the movie,
Mhm.
you can totally tell, like, even from like all of the old kung fu movies that I have seen. Like I don't know all of the ones that I've seen, but you can just tell like there's an actual genuine like appreciation for it in the way that it's shot and done. So you can definitely tell because it's parodying things on such a small and like the little details of what it's parodying. But I didn't really notice it until like I watched my grandpa watch it, and it wasn't like he wasn't. It's not like I'm saying anything bad about him. It's just more like he didn't necessarily pick up on like little things, and when I explained to him what they were, he was just like, "Oh," and then he laughed and he got them, and I was like,
Oh, that's cool.
That's crazy, right? Isn't that nuts? How like you just kind of those little things about like, oh, this scene here, he was just parodying like the kung fu movies where it's like the hero is gonna come back and then blah blah blah, and he's like, oh, that's what they're going, and I was like, yeah, and then he's like, oh, and he starts, you know what I mean? Like it's just cool.
That's so dope. I like that.
Yeah, me too. It's like,
Oh, I haven't got to talk to you. Did you get to see Star Wars Episode 8?
oh, you mean The Last Jedi?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. I love
Tell
that
me
movie.
about it. Oh, thank God.
Oh
I'm
my
glad you love it.
God.
I love it too so much.
Dude, it was amazing.
I hear people
I was
complain
like,
about it, and I'm like, I was like, what? I
whatever.
don't get it. But
Yeah.
I met a friend yesterday that I haven't seen like forever, probably since like September. Anyways,
Mhm.
he said, dude, we gotta hang out. I just saw Star Wars Last Jedi. I was like, alright, cool, let's hang out. So we spent like 90% of our time talking about Star Wars. And he said
Oh, yeah.
what he loved about Last Jedi is that it kept him surprised, but not in a bad way. Like, the template that we know
Exactly.
of, okay, in number 2, I mean, Empire Strikes Back, Vader said, I am your father. Whoa, shocker, right? And that rewrote the whole universe. But also, he mentioned, like, I want to overtake the Emperor. Because he said we can rule the galaxy as father and son. And in Attack of the Clones, that's the second one of that trilogy, Count Dooku was telling Obi-Wan, he's like, hey, I could use Qui-Gon's help, but he's not here. Join me and we could overthrow the real enemy, who's the Sith Lord. We could defeat him and bring peace. So he wanted to take out his boss, right?
Yep. I noticed this too. And then this one, it was
and then
just
this
like...
one, he's just like, hey, he's vulnerable right now. Let's go. Boom. He didn't even just... He actually completed what a lot of apprentices in the Sith Lord want to do, you know? Overthrow the master.
He completed... He basically completed his training in that moment right there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my
and no
gosh.
other Sith really has done that.
No,
most other
not
Siths,
Darth Maul. Darth Vader did not even because
he did,
went,
but he did.
He did it by going back to the light side, so that's not really Sith worthy.
Exactly, like he did, but like he didn't complete his Sith training. He completed his fucking Jedi training at that moment, basically.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, like this is a moment where Kylo completed his Sith training, but it, like you could tell that they're not like the other thing. Great thing about this movie is like it's no longer Sith anymore. It's not Jedi anymore.
Yeah, and I like
it literally
that because...
is just the Force. It's just the light and the dark of the Force. It's not a name. It's not a cult. It's not a specific entity. Anyone can be anything they want to be in this new universe. That's what they're trying to go for, and I love that so much.
I love it so much too because it highlighted that, alright, because even Kylo, he's like, the best thing to do to move on is to forget the past, kill the past. And and Luke was like, Jedi Order is too much.
Trying to kill it.
And then Yoda like burnt all the books for him and all that shit. And they're like, things should happen naturally. There's too much order that confined such a... Because according to the prequels, they said that, you know, the midi-chlorians, that means that the Force is a living thing, a system that moves around us all, right? And then for things to flow around us, it needs to be free, dog. So I think the Force if the Force were able to talk to itself, it'd be like, we're not going to impregnate a lady this time. We're just going to express ourselves to certain individuals around here who are attuned. Because it's about time that things happen naturally. And then I'm like, hey, that's what makes sense with Rey. She was the first one that woke up and
that's why the Force Awakens is called that too.
And then the Last Jedi is like the last of that, you know, organization of something that's so natural, so pure.
Yeah.
So undefined.
Like that dogmatic order, that old way, that sort of like that old Christian dogma. Not necessarily Christian or Catholic, but you know what I mean? Just sort of that thing that's so pervasive that you still see influencing like politics and things that it should have never influenced. Like, you know what I mean? Like it just went too far off base from what it was. People took these ideas and, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's kind of what they're going for with that.
And I like that. It's so brilliant.
I love it too. And I loved it too. Like the whole thing that they said was like Luke, everyone like, all those complaints about Luke. I was like, what? Like, because when I watched that movie, I felt the same with you. I was like, man, I'm going to come out of this movie and everyone's going to be celebrating this as like the greatest Star Wars movie ever. And it's the total opposite. And I'm like, why? I was so pumped that everybody was going to be like, oh
Luke
man, can't we all come into agreement? Dude, I know, dude. The fact that he was like, and it kind of confirmed how, I don't want to say it confirmed, but like my ideas of the Force and the way that I felt about the Force and in Star Wars and everything like that. This movie kind of confirmed that for me. Like it sort of felt like how I always thought it was, and it was just sort of like, and the line that made it for me, and the line that made it the most was like when Luke was like, "Can you feel that? Can you feel that force?" When he's talking to Rey, and he's just like,
Yeah.
"Can you tell that the Jedi have no rights? Like like that it's just like they don't have any like right to say that who controls that force. That force
Exactly. That's
like,
beautiful.
they don't have control over that. Like that line when he was explaining that was like, man, it like that's how I always viewed the force. The force is like our own spirit, bro. It's like our own internal spirit. Like the metaphor is like our spiritual force, our own life force, our own thing that makes us, be the person that we are when we wake up and when we go to bed. And it's like whether you choose to be a good person or a bad person is whether you're choosing to tap into the light side of your spiritual dark. And when you relate that to a more like spiritual, religious, not religious. Religious is where you get too far into like, Jedi versus Sith.
Yeah.
When you get too specific. But then more like, spiritual and in that type of religious sense of like, hey, there's this otherworldly entity that's like kind of flowing through everything and kind of connecting all of these things. And we all kind of feel that and we all kind of sense that, but we don't really know what it is. And we don't have any control over that. That force kind of ebbs and flows around us. You know what I mean? And that's sort of like the same metaphor. Like, like Star Wars, it's like that's like a real life thing. Like that, like Star Wars in a really beautiful way, artistically, visually shows you like how like our real world is, like how that spiritual force, how we relate to that spiritual force, but it puts it in a more fantastical, like, oh yeah, you could actually force pull people and jump and do these things. But I mean, like the real core of it is like that, what it means to be a human, I guess.
Yes. So true, bro.
Miss these deep conversations, man, about Star Wars.
It's so on point. Oh man, I need to buy that movie. I haven't bought it yet. Cause
it's okay, man. We have it on 4K. Like, so stoked.
Oh, that's cool. I love it.
Bro, what were you saying though?
No, yeah, I just haven't had a chance to get a hold of it because of oh no, I've been so busy this last 2 weeks.
Dude, I understand. Aren't you working at like a hospital too?
Yeah.
So I mean, they're really busy over there. Like, I completely understand.
Yeah, and also I'm just trying to absorb all this stuff they're trying to teach me, do my job right, which I am, and I've already been there a year. I'm like, oh shit, this is cool.
That's cool, man, and that's important, especially for a job like that. Like, I know how it is. You gotta make sure you're established.
Yeah.
That you know what you're doing, so you can do well there, so you can get, more work and get more money. It's like I totally get it.
Yeah, it's cool.
But I know if it gets in the way, that's when you got to figure out how to get out of it. That's how Target was for me. I was like, it was good for what I needed, but it got to the point where it was.
So how are you managing though?
Am I managing?
Yeah.
As in like living or just mentally,
yeah, like
or
bills
like what?
And shit.
Oh, thankfully, I actually had like, I really don't have any bills, believe it or not. Like, I just have like really just a phone bill and just like $30 a month and like a car insurance bill.
I like it, bro. That's cool.
Yeah, so that's really all I got. I have a lot of money saved up too, and then like, I'm just living here with my grandpa, and since my grandma passed away, he's by himself. And he can't quite do as much stuff around the house as he needs to.
Hey man, you're being awesome. You're being there for him.
So I mean, and it's there for me. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's like it's two things at once. It's amazing. I'm just happy that I can do it. I'm grateful.
You are.
And I know not
Jedi.
everybody else has that. I know a lot of other people don't have the opportunity, dude. And like, I don't know. It really means a lot for me right now. So like, and I don't feel like worthy of it, but I just feel like I have to make the best of it.
Yeah, that's what's up.
The true humanity is the sword.
Hi there.
Just sitting.
Yeah, I'm a sitter.
How embarrassing.
My ultimate is charging.
I have great stuff.
Am I supposed to be in
2, 1. Round 1.
This is so cool. We're back. I'm back.
No, back in action. I'm back.
Huh. Maybe I'll see with my sister if it's okay if I tag along. But they're going to Vegas this weekend. They're leaving on a day that I can't go, so I'd have to go a day after. But that might be cool.
You can. Cool.
I have to figure out what
I can make time to see you. Easy, because I had a lot of time.
Yeah, that's cool. You and my boy Johnny are out there.
A momentary lapse.
So,
Johnny?
yeah.
Where do you know him from?
From Fullerton College. He's one of those
cool.
cool vato locos who danced in my troupe, did some hip hop and did some Bollywood. It's dope.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah. But he didn't dance well though.
Hey, whatever.
Yeah, he's just a tough hip hop guy. He's pretty cool. He's got a good heart, but he's a very simple.
Yeah,
kind
you
of
wouldn't
guy.
use him for your dancing and stuff. I got you.
I just need bodies, and he was there. But we were cool. We hung out. I used to smoke weed. I used to blaze up with him too.
Oh yeah. That's one of the things that I'm like, I need to like cut right now. That was one of the things getting in the way.
Hey man, like I said, you know, if it hinders you, it's not good for you.
No, yeah, I mean, exactly. But that's all up to the person. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's really good for me. Sometimes it hinders. Right now, I'm just gonna say it's worth hindering.
I was really depressed for a while, some months ago, and some of that.
It's really good for that.
That helped me not be
Yeah, it
all
did.
crazy.
I totally understand. That's why I was doing it again. Like, I was going through some depression, but then I was like, okay, now's the time to like.
Yeah, because then
You know
you're
what I mean?
good now.
It's been
you know?
some months. Yeah, exactly. It's been a few
Like,
months.
that's how I
like,
drink.
okay, we're.
I can go months without drinking, and then one day I just, you know, have like 3 beers, so I'm like, woo, I'm good. Or
Yeah, pretty much.
or I'm like, you know what, I really don't need a drink, even though I can.
Yeah, pretty much.
So-
I know exactly how you feel.
Yeah,
It all depends on your state of mind.
exactly. Good turrets. Aw.
I will follow my path. My turret was destroyed.
Yeah, man, I love Star Wars so much. And dude, Luke's knowledge and ability of the Force was so beautiful. He astral projected himself around across the fucking.
My God, dude, that was so amazing.
I was like, dang. I was like, why are people saying Vader's like amazing? You know? I think it's the villain aspect, but Luke is like the greatest Jedi ever, dog. He's able
Dude,
to do
for
that,
real,
dude.
I
That's so
saw that
awesome.
scene. I was so amazed. I was like, holy crap. The astral projection, bro. Like, I'd never seen that in my life in Star Wars.
I know, right?
Holy shit.
That's the
Yeah.
first time that's, and also cinematically, they did that absolute silence.
That was,
When-
yeah, you're right. And that, I was like, damn.
If you
it's
think
so
about
good.
Star Wars has like music or sound effects or ambiance going on, they never had absolute silence.
No, except during that one scene when the frickin' space, you know, when they
Oh,
in
with
in this movie. You know what I'm talking about when she did that light speed jump.
yeah, that's
through
what I'm
the
talking
ship?
about. That's the only
Yeah,
time it
that was
ever
great.
happened. That was awesome.
Right. It was amazing. That was an amazing part. And anyone that's trying to argue the finer nerd points about whether it was possible in this universe needs to just like let some things slide to movie magic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I don't like nerds. I like geeks like you. But
Right. I like exactly. I don't know the difference really. Like
no, the difference is easy.
Yeah.
All right, here's the difference. Simon Pegg and you are talking, and you both are like, "Oh, that was so beautiful. Oh, when that happened." Just like our own conversation, right? All right, here's Nerd 1 and Nerd 2. You know, I think the alloy that's enhanced in the lightsaber is far superior when you get it from Dagobah as opposed to in Tatooine. That's why the Empire has a high advantage with their weapon technology. Or like some happens like, oh, I didn't see that coming. That was actually very powerful. And, you know, it's like, what are you, a droid? C-3PO has more emotion, man. What the fuck?
Yep. I know exactly.
That's a difference. And
No,
there's
I
a
mean,
guy at Target who talks like that, man. He's a total nerd.
Yeah, there's definitely people that it gets a little difficult. I try not to hate on them too much, but they're just
But
difficult
I also
to deal
try
with.
not to be around him too much either. As well.
Exactly. Exactly. Just
Yeah.
because they're difficult to deal with.
But yeah, man. Because the other Star Wars movie that tripped me out the most, like cinematically, was Revenge of the Sith. Because that's the first Star Wars movie that showed us a dream sequence that that predates Force Awakens and all that. I mean, technically, you know, when Luke was fighting Darth Vader, that was not really a dream sequence. That was more like an illusion, you know, of the mind.
Yeah.
Because he was physical, he was conscious. But yeah, Anakin dreaming about Padme, that was like a dream sequence. And also, when Obi-Wan was facing off against Grievous, they did a cowboy anime zoom into their eyes before they battled. And I was like, dang, we never really went that close on any actor's face in the Star Wars movie, you know?
No, I know. Yeah.
That was so cool.
It was pretty sick, dude. I loved that. Yeah, you know what I loved? You know what I loved at this movie too? Like the other one now? Also, it's just the freaking puppet Yoda.
Yeah, they brought the puppet Yoda back. That made me so
the OG
happy.
Yoda. It looked so. I was so happy. That was a nice little touch, dude.
Yeah, especially when like so much of it was like modernized CG. He was the puppet Yoda.
That was great. And then R2's little touches with Luke, like showing.
Those are great.
Dude. And then Luke winking at C-3PO and everything, like just those old school nods. I loved all those little fan service things.
Yeah, that's great.
And I don't care what anyone says about Leia in space. That was
Dude,
awesome.
here's the thing.
That was awesome.
Alright, maybe because I work at a hospital and I'm aware of these things, but when people are close to death, their senses, even in an unconscious state, are heightened. And she is a fucking Skywalker, bro. And she has unknowingly used the Force before. It's like Return of the Jedi. Oh, I'm sure Luke wasn't on that thing when it blew. He wasn't. I can feel it. And then also in Empire Strikes Back, she's like, Luke, we have to go back for Luke. Mano's like, what? You know the scene. She's used the Force before. So, in a situation where she's about to die and her senses are heightened, of course she's naturally gonna help herself. And that was so awesome when she did.
Yeah.
Because then I was like, oh, this is how they're gonna write her out? But no, she lived.
She lived, dude. That was amazing. I did see somebody say something afterward that like, okay, this isn't a big deal, but like, and it's not even like a criticism because it's just an alternative way that they could have gone. So, but when somebody mentioned to me the alternate way they could have gone, and I thought it could have worked, is like, you know, when that first second in command, I forgot the person's name, but the woman that actually did
go
Phasma.
like, oh, wait,
not
no.
Phasma, the one who did that height, that speed, the jump.
Oh, the
And,
Robotech
like,
girl.
Yeah, like
the girl with the
Leia's
pink
second
hair.
in command.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I call her
her.
Robotech. She looks like straight out of an anime. I love it.
Yeah, like Robotech Battle Cry or something like that.
Oh,
Like
you know.
Yeah, I do. Totally understand.
So
yeah,
you-
like instead of her, yes, I saw somebody basically said, hey, you know what? Leia could have been in that role. She could have been the one like sacrificing everything.
That could be dope too.
Yeah, and I was like,
But
that could have worked.
Story-wise, I can
like
see
the
how
way-
that wouldn't work because she's all about, you know, live to fight another day.
True. That makes sense. But if she's like at that point where they know that's the situation and like somebody's gonna sacrifice herself,
Yeah, that would make me cry.
yeah, it'd make me cry too. But it would have made sense. But whatever they're gonna do in the next one, we'll see. I just hope it's not like an off-screen explanation.
Yeah, that'd be annoying.
I don't know how they're gonna do it without making it that way.
Yeah, I love that movie, man.
Yeah, it was great, dude. And you know, like, yeah, Snoke dying was a real shock. Like,
I thought that was
shock.
brilliant though. Cause,
It was great. I do wish like we would get like more. I hope we do get some explanation about him somewhere down the line.
I think we will,
Just so it's
man.
not-
This is like a
Yeah.
There's like video games or something. It's always an expanded universe. This is so cool
Exactly.
about Star Wars.
That's what I love about it, dude. So that's why I'm like, they'll do that, so it's no problem.
Mm-hmm.
But it was good. I don't have that as a complaint. The only complaint about it would be just like, I just hope they don't leave that question unanswered is all.
Mm.
About who, like, 'cause that's a big question to me, is like where he came from. All that.
Uh-huh. Because I'm so curious about the political standpoint of the First Order. Are they running the shots? Is the Republic running the shots?
Right, and that's another
Is it
thing,
the
like, that they
Civil
never
War?
really
I
explain.
really don't know.
That's
Why is
one
there
of the
still
things.
slavery?
Yeah, I don't get it. It's like they defeated the Empire, but yet they didn't defeat the Empire. It's like the
Yeah.
First Order is basically the Empire.
Yeah, because the rebels were on the run, so that told me that, alright, First Order is in power, but then they took out the People's Republic? Is it like China, where it's like China versus the People's Republic of China, or what is this?
Right.
If it's like that, I could kind of see that.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's just the only thing that maybe, but that's more of a criticism of like Force Awakens, and not really like
Yeah,
explaining
but that
too
could
much.
kind of work, because if we think about it, alright, the Empire is fucking huge, right? All these star systems and all these planets and bases under their jurisdiction, and then you kill their leader. So realistically, I can see how there would be someone next in line chain of command where the powers that be
I will
would move to.
follow my path.
Oh, there
Or what?
would.
Yeah, so there would be a conflict of interest. It's like, hey, we're still in charge here. No, we killed your leader. Oh yeah, but you know, we've already established a society, blah blah. Alright, civil war. So I think it's like a civil war thing going on.
Not ready.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Yeah, but I have no
Actually makes
confirmation
a lot of
about it.
sense.
But it does make sense.
No, and that's what I mean. That's what I mean is the only thing that might be like, not. And when I say criticism, I don't mean it as like a major deal-breaking thing. It's really not a major deal-breaking thing. Force Awakens is a beautiful film, and it accomplishes pretty much everything it sets out to do. But the only small thing you could say is like, well, it didn't really. It left too much, maybe. It was a little too vague about like what happened between. That's all.
Yeah.
And that's not really it.
That's not a bad thing. That's not going to ruin the experience either.
Exactly. That's why I said it's not a fault of that movie. That's more of a fault of just like the structure of like how Star Wars and Disney is like a business model. And sometimes, you know what I mean? Like there is that business model aspect to it. Sometimes like make things less than ideal, but not a really big deal like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, totally, dude.
That's all. So yeah, I actually watched The Force Awakens again after getting that Blu-ray disc.
Ooh, cool. Did you watch it back to back?
The last time. I did, yeah.
How did it feel back to back?
Great. It felt great watching it back to back, actually. Natural and better, actually. It really made The Last Jedi that much better. And
Ooh,
actually,
I can't wait, dude.
especially when you get to the very end of like the Force Awakens. I mean, it literally goes right into the next scene of The Last Jedi, and like just see Luke toss the lightsaber, especially after you just watched The Force Awakens, and it literally ends on that note. Like, great.
I dig it, dude.
Yeah. And then to see Maz come back, and to see all these characters come back, and you just sort of see the progression. Like it really feels like, okay, like I'm just watching them grow from that point that they were just in. Like, it doesn't feel like it still feels like one story, not two stories.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. Oh, I can't wait.
Good job on that. We got that victory.
Now, how do you feel? Yeah, I know. Talking about Star Wars, talking about the Force.
I know. We were just like, damn.
So now, tell me what you feel about the Han Solo movie.
Funny how it is, like, I actually have stayed away from any really news or trailers or anything or discussion about it.
Good for you,
But
because I feel kind of sad, but I'm not gonna say it.
It's okay. I mean, I don't know. Like, I heard the only thing
I just don't like
I don't know
that the
anything about
actors don't look like them. That's all. The new actors don't look like the old actors, look or sound.
I can agree with that, because I do
That's
actually know what the new Han Solo actor looks like, and that's the one thing that, yeah, I agree. Like, I didn't like the fact that he doesn't really look like the old one. I agree with that. But, I mean, that's all I know about it, and if that's the only problem with it, I mean, I can get over that.
Yeah.
As long as that's the only problem. Like, if as long as he still acts like the Han Solo, I would expect him to act. As long as he leads into being the Han Solo I'd expect him to be, that's fine, but I'm not too hopeful based on, I just know a lot of the things I've heard have been negative. But again, I haven't even watched any trailers. I only seen a movie poster. That's the only thing I've seen. And maybe like a glimpse of a trailer, like as I'm walking through the kitchen and it's on TV or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean this actor, when he smiles and squints, he looks like when Han Solo smiles and squints. But when he's not smiling, he does not look like Han Solo.
That sucks, unfortunately.
I mean, they got some mannerisms in, but Lando Calrissian looks like they didn't even try. He does not look like Billy D. Willis.
That sucks. That's lame, man.
He doesn't even have a mustache. He has a beard. And I was like, what?
That? Really?
Yeah.
Really? No, a beard?
Yeah, it's like
Lando
a thin
with
beard.
a beard doesn't look right.
I know, Lando's got that mustache, bro. He's got that Zorro mustache. He looks like a black Diego de la Vega. He's like...
Well, maybe
mustache.
Lando started off rugged, man, and he's gonna turn into
yeah,
that.
that's true. Maybe he's like, man, I learned how to shave. Best bit.
I don't know, man.
He's like,
I don't
best
get
bit.
it. Bespin, I learned how to shave on Bespin.
It would be cool to see how Han Solo wins the Millennium Falcon from Lando. I hope we do see that.
That'd be so sick.
He's like, hey, you won her to me fair and square. That'd be perfect, because then, hey, that's a reference. Like, hey, I saw that movie. And then it's like, you know, just like A New Hope is like, hey, we got the plans. The rebels got these. Oh, we're in dire need to get this the Alliance. It's like, no shit. You know how many people died to get that shit?
That's fucking crazy, dude. That'd be cool if we saw that.
Yeah.
Like that, all of that play out in that movie. You know what I mean? Sorry, I kind of like spaced out because like the match started.
No, that's cool, man. We focused. You're a champion. I'm a champion. That's what happens to champions.
Freaking Widowmaker up there, though.
Oh shit. Dang. That was a whole lot of violence. Whole lot of violence. Oh, did you see Justice League?
Oh yeah, I love Justice League.
Yeah, it was fun.
Not love, but like.
Yeah, I don't love it,
You know,
but
it's
I
a
like it a
fun
lot.
movie. It's like I really liked it.
I just really, really wish we saw the Zack Snyder version, because apparently, according to the Kevin Smith interview thing or discussion he had, there was some girl who saw a version of it, and she said that before, you know, as Steppenwolf is being defeated, a portal opens and you see Darkseid on the other side, and he's about to come in, and then Superman's about to give him a punch or whatever, but then Superman pauses and he sees like this weird glimpse of a future where everyone's dead or something, and he's on Darkseid's side, and Flash says no or something, and then he blinks out of it, and then he attacks Darkseid, and then knocks him back into Apocalypse, and then, oh shit, I got shot. And they defeat Steppenwolf. I was like, dang, that's
Like,
cool.
Like the Justice League defeats Steppenwolf, but like Darkseid's not involved.
Yeah, like you see him for a second, and Superman punches him back to Apocalypse or something like that.
Nice.
Which is
That'd
cool
be kinda
because
cool. That would have been cool.
yeah, because Steppenwolf he's like a Bebop and Rocksteady. He's not Shredder. You know, you can't end a movie like beating Bebop and Rocksteady, but then you have to include Shredder. You know?
Yeah. No, I feel you, dude. And like that was the only thing was like they were originally gonna do that.
Yeah.
I actually did. I knew you mentioned like when you mentioned that because like I did see like Kevin Smith like he reviewed it on his like YouTube thing.
Yeah.
After it came out.
Right.
Yeah, and I watched that too. Yeah, it's just been so long since I watched it because it's like him. It's like Fat Man on Batman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I saw that too, but like yeah, like he even mentioned like Kevin Smith said like they did mention Darkseid in like in the movie, and like Kevin Smith had a little fanboy moment when it was just sort of like,
Yeah.
Steppenwolf did come, and they did say like there was a line in the Justice League movie because I rewatched it when we bought it, like on the disc or whatever. Like you did say, I forget which scene, but there's a scene where like Darkseid is actually mentioned in the movie. Like his name is like.
It's when Steppenwolf
the only
says
thing is-
find the final box, and all his like,
Yeah.
he has his like, you know, Wizard of Oz, Wicked Witch of the West moment. He's like, find it. Sorry, I like it. I know, that's pretty much what he said. It was, I love that. I was like, oh, it's Wizard of Oz.
How much Wizard of Oz status?
Yeah, because that's Warner Brothers' pride and joy film. So
For sure.
I like any
Like, that
reference
makes
to Wizard of
total
Oz. I know, right?
No, that stuff is awesome. Like, my grandpa, like me and my grandpa were watching like this Netflix show, Altered Carbon, and like.
Ooh, I
one
hear
of the
that's
things he
so
said-
good.
Oh, dude, it's amazing. I love that show.
All right, is it going?
But yeah. But no, but he was just mentioning, he was like, as he was watching it when we started, like, there's a lot going on in it, and so you have to kind of pay attention relatively closely, or watch it a couple times to get all of it. And,
Yeah.
like, but when I was like going into the details of it, after watching it, he was just like, he liked all the references to like past movies and other past things that we've seen. And even him as like a movie buff person, like when I start getting into these types of discussions with him, like even he'll notice that, man, I just like those little references to these past movies or these other things that I've seen. I like those callbacks. Like, yeah, me too. Those little details is just what make it that extra bit, you know?
Even in the score, like they played the John Williams Superman theme song a few times.
They did. They did. And I like the way they did Superman. Superman was the best in this movie, and the whole, like, out of any other movie he's been in the DC universe, modern DC universe. You know what I mean? Not the old Superman movies.
Right.
Man of Steel, he was great too. But,
Yeah,
I mean,
but
as
he
far
didn't get
as, like, him in the blue suit being the real, like, freaking, you know what I mean?
Because the Man of Steel, there was like, oh hey, look at you, bro. Man of Steel, as brilliant as it was, it did have a certain pace. Like, okay, the end of the world is coming. We need to handle shit soon. That's not a lot of breathing time for him to say, you know what, I believe we should do. You know, he didn't get time to express himself. He was too busy reacting.
Right. No, exactly. And
But
that
he was
like,
reacting
in the
truthfully,
context of it.
but we didn't get to see his, you know, ideas, his decision. I mean, we saw his decision, but we didn't get to see him joke around or, you know, be charming or...
The lighter side of him. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Like, I'm not saying what he was in the previous movies was untrue or bad portrayal.
Like,
they were accurate portrayals. It's just the situation he was in, he didn't have the chance to be his full self. But that's what I mean. Like, they weren't written
And
in
that's
a way
not
to allow
bad, because
him.
he still was
It's not
himself
bad.
in the dire situations.
No, he was. No, I'm not saying he's different. I know there's that argument with other people that they make that he was different. I'm not saying he was different. He wasn't any different. I'm just saying I would have liked it if they had been able to write it in a way to where he could have had that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That'd be nice.
In the other movies. That's all I'm saying. And the fact that they were able to write it into this film made me happy to see, because we finally got that payoff of seeing him be funny and like lighthearted. So.
Yeah. It's like complete. And then they showed my favorite thing, bro. I was like, where's Freeze Breath? And then all of a sudden Sarah was like, hey! This is the first time he did Freeze Breath in the DCEU. And I figured it out, dude. The way to watch these films, the DCEU, I think the best way to watch it, because there's a slight tonal change with Justice League compared to Batman v Superman. But
yeah, totally.
I think the best way to watch is like Man of Steel, Dawn of Justice, Wonder Woman, Suicide Squad, and then Justice League.
If everyone performs their function.
Wait, what did you say was the order? Dawn of Justice first?
No. Man of Steel, Dawn of Justice,
Man of Steel, of course.
Wonder Woman, Suicide Squad, and then Justice League.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because pace-wise and soundtrack-wise, I did get a Suicide Squad feel for this Justice League movie. And maybe the suits at B were thinking, hey, let's try that tempo. And I think that flow is good because first, alright, you see Man of Steel, then you see Dawn of Justice, and then you know Superman's dead. But then they introduce Wonder Woman. You're like, dang, Wonder Woman's here. Then next thing you do, watch a Wonder Woman movie, and then does her past thing, and then it catches up to her in the present day at the end. And then we go to Suicide Squad because then it's like, okay, now we went to the past. What's going on in the world without Superman? And that's pretty much Suicide Squad, a world without Superman.
Yeah.
And how does that one end? That one ends with like Bruce going, all right, I got the files of Aquaman and Flash. I'll put these to use. And then now you can watch Justice League where they all come together.
Yeah,
and
no, that's the best way to watch it.
And in
I agree with
Suicide
you.
Squad, they show Flash for the first time on camera. So then. And then, because Bruce got the
Wasn't
pictures.
Flash shown in Batman versus Superman though?
Yeah, he was there too, but that was like a future self of him.
I will correct my mistake.
No, they showed the camera version of him too.
Yeah. They showed that too, but I mean, like, you know, when he interacted with Bruce.
Yeah.
But
Totally.
yeah. But then in Suicide Squad, the two files he gets from Amanda Waller are Flash and Aquaman. And in Justice League, who are the two people that Bruce personally recruits or tries to, is Flash and Aquaman.
Yeah, it's Flash and Aquaman.
So that lines up too perfectly right there in a nice flow.
No, yeah, totally. I mean, it's
I know
pretty,
cinematically
straightforward.
Suicide Squad came out before Wonder Woman, but total
Yeah, but
wise,
that doesn't
story
really-
wise, I don't want to watch Wonder Woman then Justice League. I think I want to do it in the order I suggest.
I agree.
Yay!
I agree with you, 100%. That's just their order of release isn't actually better. Like you just change one movie thing around and like it completes it. That's...
Because it's gotta have that flow.
No, it does. I agree with you. That's how they should have released it in the first place. Honestly.
Because I heard
But I
someone have an interesting flow of how to watch Star Wars. They said that to watch 4, 5, then 1, 2, 3, and then 6.
Wait,
And I
you watch what?
Okay,
4,
the order-
5, and
4, 5, 1, 2, 3, and then 6. So
Oh,
we
yeah, of
suggested
course.
that. And I was like, that kind of makes sense. I haven't tried it yet. I really want to. Maybe I'll do that for my birthday. But because you watch the first movie, which is Star Wars ever, and then Darth Vader says, "I am your father." Then you watch the prequels and you catch up to that whole story of how he's the father and why. And then you see the finale of Star Wars, and then Hayden Christensen's ghost at the end makes sense finally.
It does.
And then you still get that mystery, because the beautiful thing about their prequels I found was that, wow, this is the story of how everything came to be. How does it come to be? You know, you have that wonder.
Yep.
Because then if you do watch those first, and then you watch the originals after, the originals aren't that exciting. They're actually extra boring. Because I actually guinea pig this one girl I knew. She's like, I've never seen Star Wars. So I showed it to her in episode order, not release date order. And she liked the prequels more.
Of course. Yep.
Because she found the original trilogy to be kind of drawn out and boring. Like there wasn't anything exciting.
Mainly because it's just honestly, it's the production of the older movies. The
That's
style.
true. But also, you know, Vader's like the father, and then that kind of takes shit away, you know? Because I remember
Yeah,
saying,
it
"Oh my
does.
God, he's gonna torture his own daughter." What the fuck? I hate this movie or whatever.
Right. Like I know what you mean with that part. It does take. There is like the whole sense of like how it's revealed in the film.
Yeah.
Too. But it like honestly, I really do feel like it like that's a huge. It's about 50-50, I think, between the two. Because like the fight scenes, like think about how the lightsaber battles are.
Oh yeah.
And the visual effects.
Like
and
Obi-Wan
stuff
versus freaking Darth Maul compared to Obi-Wan versus Vader.
Obi-Wan
you know?
versus Darth Vader in A New Hope, yeah. Like, not even the same. So, it just depends on what a modern... I don't know. Like, it depends on whoever's watching it, what their preferences are. What they look
Yeah.
Because I know some people, like, when they go see, like, a Marvel movie, as long as they see a really cool, big, crazy CG action sequence, they'll be happy. You know what I mean?
Right?
Versus some people, yeah. Versus some people that'll be like, okay, that action sequence was cool, but like, why did the Hulk hook up with Black Widow? You know what I mean? Like that type of difference. Like I'd probably fall in the camp of somewhere between the two. Like,
yeah,
I like the big action sequence, and I can kind of forgive some things like that, but like, yeah, Hulk and Betty hooking up, like Betty, sorry.
I miss Betty.
Hulk
That's
not
why.
being with Betty. Yeah, Hulk not being with Betty bothers me.
That bothers me so much. He loves her so much, bro. In the comics and everything, that's his one.
I know. It's
And
like
Betty.
taking Lois out of
I liked
Superman.
Liv Tyler as Betty.
Two man.
She was great. I love Incredible Hulk. That movie's so good.
Hulk was great, dude. I agree.
Because I was talking to one of my friends, and I was like, it's interesting that this movie takes place where it was. It doesn't follow the other movie. And then my friend's daddy said, oh, if you watched a TV series, this movie is pretty much picking up where that TV series ended. I was like, oh shit, that's kind of cool.
That's legit. That's really cool. You know, I forgot about that detail. I remember like reading something like that. I remember that detail coming up.
And I was like,
reading
oh
an article or
wow,
something
thanks
about that.
Pops, that was legit. So that gave me
That's really
super
cool.
more respect for it. Because even the opening sequence, that made sense too, because the way Edward Norton was getting the gamma or the shots, that wasn't in the Eric Bana movie.
Didn't they even have like they had a cameo from the Lou Ferrigno from that whole original Hulk TV show?
He was a security guard or something. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
that was a little reference. So I remember that, yeah. Cool.
Oh, speaking of that, the actor for Jimmy Olsen in the Christopher Reeve movie, he's in Justice League as the guy who's signing a Barry Allen in to see his dad at the prison.
That's cool. I remember I heard he was in there. I just didn't know who he was. That's
yeah,
sick.
it's that one. So I was like, oh, legit, that's cool. I love that touch.
Yeah, that is bad.
The only thing is, I worry that Justice League by itself, like for people who do, for some reason, if you have no idea who Flash or Aquaman is, I can understand if you don't know who Cyborg is, but you know, with Teen Titans and Teen Titans Go, millennials, you know who Cyborg is.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just that all these characters really don't need a lot of introduction because they are already known, you know?
Well, here's the thing. Like, I know what you're saying, and from our perspective, that's true.
Yeah.
But like, you got to look at it from like a broader.
Yeah, but for someone who doesn't read comics or doesn't give a fuck, it's a lot to take in. And that's kind of
what I mean.
Unfair.
Yeah. Well, and also but think about how you are with when you first were introduced to these characters, the very first time, and then think about like the journey that you went through learning about them.
Yeah.
And then how much more rewarding it was to go on that journey. You know, like how much more rewarding you know what I mean? Like there's certain things that you a build up, you know what I mean? Like you get to the end. Sorry, that's my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're right. Just keep going. I want to hear it.
No, you're good, because I was done, because I got caught up in the moment. I don't know, I lost track of stuff.
Ah, shit, Junkrat got me again. But yeah.
No, but I guess, what I was saying, I guess what I was trying to get was like when you said like Dark Side, like you wanted to see Dark Side earlier, that made me think like I'm kind of glad that they didn't have Dark Side in it though,
because they could do a different journey to get there now.
Exactly, that's the main reason. I feel like they didn't really. My whole main complaint in the beginning about the DC stuff is it felt like they were trying to play catch up and rushing a little too quickly.
That is very apparent. That's very apparent.
I mean, and so. The Justice League is great because now this is like a restarting point. It's like a soft reboot. It's like a phase 2. They can actually rebuild.
I really felt it was like a rebirth because now I hear about Shazam and I see what they're doing, and it's got a cool energy about it.
Yeah. So you know how like Marvel had phase 1 and that was a certain tone, and then they had phase 2 and that was another thing. So like I feel like Justice League was like a less than ideal start to phase 1. But it had good moments. It had good building blocks. It had good things that you could take away from it.
Also, they were kind of going through a little identity crisis because Man of Steel.
I see what you did there.
Thank you. Oh, I love it. So, because Man of Steel originally was supposed to be part of the Dark Knight universe. And then, when they went in production for Dawn of Justice, they said, no, this is its own universe.
Yep.
Because,
and that's where a lot of that came from. I could see it. That's why you can see the contrast between Dark.
Yeah, because it had that realistic tone, and then we get the Suicide Squad, and it has a more animated comic book tone. Which is why, right? Because they have, like, magic, wizards, assassins, and
oh, dude, totally. The one thing that I loved about that comic book tone that you're talking about, like, it's most obvious right at the very start of the movie. Yeah. Well, like, at the very start of the movie, it just feels like an episode of, like, I don't know,
Justice League Unlimited.
Justice League Unlimited, yeah, exactly.
That's why I like the movie so much. It felt like Justice League Unlimited. That's why I don't hate Batman Robin so much, because I know it's completely inspired by, you know, the 1960s Adam West, you know.
Oh, it is, yeah, no.
And Robin.
I totally
and that's
get
fine.
you. Here's the. It is fine,
because
but here's the thing about that. Like, I know that's what they're going for and everything, and I do have an appreciation for it, and I don't hate on it too hard. But the problem is, like, you did that at the 4th movie in an already established series.
Exactly. That's what
you see what I mean? And the tone of that series was completely like opposite of that up to that point.
And dude, they were setting up to have a sequel, and George Clooney was supposed to return, and they were actually going to use Scarecrow as the villain.
So it could have been sick,
or it could have been horribly weird bad.
No, but I meant like Batman vs. Robin could have been done right.
Oh
right?
yeah,
like, and Batman vs. Robin could have like worked as a standalone, like, you know, like not a part of that original Batman movie. Like, it was its own movie trying to pay homage. But I just don't think it works because the 3 movies that came before it weren't in that tone.
Yeah, they had their own kind of.
And it was still the same, you know, cast of characters following that same relative plot thread, the same universe. So that's why I don't. That's why that movie.
Yeah, it's
pretty bad.
It's freaking.
But when I watched it as a kid, though, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna hate on that movie too hard because I loved that movie when I was a kid. I watched that movie a lot, and as a kid, and I quoted it, and like the memories that I have of that movie.
Yeah.
And like, there is an appeal to that movie. And like, when you take away the context of the series that it's in, and you look at it from like the context that you're saying, it is enjoyable.
Oh yeah.
And so I totally feel you in that regard. It really is.
Because I was angry because it didn't feel like the previous 3, and I was like, why is it so? And then the more I watched the making, I was like, oh.
Oh no, yeah, I saw the making of
this thing. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
I saw it because when I was a kid, I used to watch all those DVD special features. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, and
specials
like
on
I watched
TV
that
too.
Specials on TV, like Star Wars Christmas special on TV. You ever see the old Indiana Jones like TV series?
The ones where he was a kid?
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw a little bit.
I don't
of those.
remember
Those.
those.
Cool. I just remember he.
But
Was,
I just remember
he got
watching
sick
it.
with malaria. Yeah. They were cool too.
Were they cool? Yeah. I don't know. Those just came up randomly, but I'm like, hey, that's totally fun.
Yeah, they weren't bad.
But freaking Justice League, they'll be sick, man. I like what they can go from.
Yeah, I mean, they'd just be stupid to not do it, not to expand on the universe, because it's gonna give them profit eventually, good or bad or whatever, right? Because Marvel has been, they're great now, but they had a hard time starting out. Like the early films, you know, like the first Captain American movie, the one in the 70s, and then the one in the 90s, you know? They were god awful that no one even knows of their existence.
Yeah, it's because of how bad they were. It's like the Punisher with Dolph Lundgren. That was better than those other ones, but still not like.
Yeah, still not Frank Castle. But
no.
They even have the logo. They're awesome. I think Marvel's #1 logo is the Punisher logo, and then they're like, they had a hard time, but now they're on top. They're cool. DC, their movies were #1 because no one's making them at the time. And then they just fucked up with Batman and Robin and then gave up on it entirely. I mean,
No, you're right. Actually, you're not wrong. They actually had a role reversal.
So
That's true.
if DC's going through a hard time, that's fine, because Marvel went through a hard time. It's just the way it is.
No, you're right. Any company can turn it around. It's really who's running it. Who's making the
Oh,
decisions.
like so many people were shitting on Apple and Macintosh for a while. That now everyone loves iPhones and MacBook Pros and shit. You know? It can totally.
It's true, but it just depends on who's running it, and then it depends on what people's how society changes and what their needs, desires change too. Because really, society changing and the people that the new generations that come up within it are a huge factor in like the ebb and flow of what company goes which direction, has success versus which one has less. Like I'm sure, like Batman and Robin, like all the success the Warner Brother movies had, and the like those films in the earlier days had inspiring a lot of people to like make successful comic book films. And then I bet you, like when a lot of people weren't able to do it and those things failed, as they were coming up, they saw Marvel was starting to like invest money into it when DC was stopping it because that was the market. But guess what? All of those people that were probably like in school, like totally inspired by all the stuff that these DC movies were doing, they by the time they're ready to go to work, hey, guess what? Marvel's ready to start paying them to make comic book movies, and they're like, fuck, well, I love Marvel too, because like I'm still a comic book fan. I grew up with liking both, so I'd love to make a movie. And then boom, that's what happens. You get people making movies that know the subject matter and appreciate it, and are also good at making films, so they know how to do both.
Yep.
And then you get really good movies, and then you get a lot of money because you're making good movies with characters that people love. It's like it sells itself at that point.
Hell yeah.
A momentary lapse.
The problem is just getting a lot of people in executive positions don't understand why people love this stuff. They just know that people do love it.
That's so crazy how brainless the suits are. It's kind of depressing. It's like, then what are you guys really doing in the film industry? What are you investing your money in? You know?
They're doing it. Yeah, they're not doing it because they love to sell. They're doing it because they know how much money it is.
Yeah, it's crazy because they have no love for the product itself. That trips me out so much.
You know what it is though? It's just somebody who has a means and an access to certain things. They know business. Like if you have a means that other people don't have a means to help make films, and you have access to like the resources to make it, and like you can make money out of it. Not a lot of people have the means and the access to do it.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
a smart business person would see that and be like, "Oh, I can make it into this," but it's just depressing because like you don't want those people in that field. Like if you're gonna be a business person, you want to make the most money. You can make more money from doing something.
Yep. But Warner Brothers, I'm not tripping about them because their animation department is awesome. Their TV is actually that's their breadwinner, is awesome. They have no problem with TV stuff. And the comics themselves is doing great.
Yeah. Oh no, like DC is fine, and Warner Brothers is actually not too bad either. I'm just saying more along the line, like the TV shows are good. I just meant like the reasons you might not see them doing so well with their DC movie series right now is just because of that, the Suits not knowing really.
Yeah, I really believe it's a Suits problem. Because all the decisions, because the biggest thumbprint that it is a Suits problem is like a lot of the bad choices and expensive choices that are changing the films from the original depiction are made in post-production. That's a huge sign that it Suits.
Oh no, it definitely is. Like I totally agree with that. Or
because
like
the only creative reshoots that get done are like, you know, audio pickups or we missed a shot. You know, those are stuff, not story rewrites or anything. That's like, dang, man. That's stuff I hear in like film school when people are like, all right, we totally failed. You have to go back and redo this. Oh, okay.
Yep. That you're not wrong. That's the thing. Like, is also part of like when that same Kevin Smith review. He basically was talking about all of those things in the production of that, about how it went from one writer to another, and like you got like a hybrid movie, but Rogue One was kind of a hybrid movie, and it actually worked.
Sometimes it works. Yeah.
Well, that's more than it speaks to the talent of the writer and of the people involved.
Yeah,
that speaks more to the talent of those people. And when I'm saying like, I'm not talking about the writers and like them being all the problem. I mean, sure, some people sometimes. Sure, somebody can write a bad movie, but like that doesn't seem to be really be the case at that level. When you're at that level, like they're not hiring like scrubs. You know what I mean? So it's more usually a suit issue at that point. And like when it comes down to like whether who's doing well, like okay, DC is doing well with Warner Brothers in the 90s. Okay, now DC and Warner Brothers isn't doing well. Marvel's doing well in the 2000s.
But what another thing that I find really beautiful is that the fans are pretty much calling out the shots of and the bad decisions. Like the fans are on point and they're correcting each other and they're being so. I feel like I don't even have to debate anymore. I just let them deal it out. Someone knows the truth and then they share it and other people see the light. Like one motherfucker. A published writer, right? He said something that okay, DC characters are just not cinematic enough, and then fans made memes and all this shit, and they said DC's cinematic enough because they did the first superhero movie, and then they even did memes and retweeted quotes from Kevin Siege, the guy of Marvel, and he says before doing any Marvel movie, they all watched the Christopher Reeve Superman movie. And then they take note of all those points and recreate that. And then that's DC.
Like you had a template right there.
Yeah, they use that, and they always use that template, a DC movie. So you can't say DC characters are not cinematic. But the beautiful thing is that the fans
know. If anything,
know.
They might even be more cinematic.
Exactly, and the fans know, and the fans called out that writer just on social media. And then
yeah, I love that too.
So then that writer, he's definitely working for a suit, thinking like a suit. I'm saying
exactly.
The fans are going to outshine the suits, man, and if the suits don't get on the program, they're going to lose money. Their precious little money and not know why.
Yeah, you're exactly right, dude.
So in a way, it's like a heroic fight in its own process. Like Marvel, they're heroes because they're saving me from the suits at WB who's held my heroes in captive.
Pretty much.
So
that's the truth, man.
That's why, yeah.
And then eventually, what's gonna happen is like, and that's the one thing I do kind of like about, like the internet age sucks in a lot of ways, but in one of the good ways that it doesn't suck is instances like this where everybody kind of knows, where it's not just a like people are kind of in on like production things, people are kind of in on like the little traits. So now it's more like people know what they like and they know what they don't like, and like you said, they'll call out this, like. People like that writer saying, "Oh, they're not cinematic enough." Like, no, we know what's wrong with certain things, or why people might not like this stuff. It's because of these stupid executive decisions, and we'll just like nail you on them. And eventually, they're going to lose that money, like you said. And eventually, they're going to have to figure. They won't know why, and then they're going to eventually learn why, because that's what they do. They have too much money involved in it, and not learn it eventually. And then they'll fix their mistakes a little bit and kind of go that route of Marvel. And whether they wanted to or not, it'll still be better for the artists, storytellers. Even if the suits are genuine about it, the fact that they had to make changes as a result of fans forcing it is a win.
And not just that, but Henry Cavill, the actor, this motherfucker, I love this guy. I could kiss him if I ever see him. But he's like, he's read so much Superman comics, he now knows more than people on production Man of Steel did when he was hired. And he's actually going to meetings with Warner Brothers and whoever the fuck, saying that, hey, I got this idea, why don't we do this, that, and they're considering it. I was like, dang.
That's great, dude.
That's awesome. He knows so much about Superman. He's really picked up the mantle of Christopher Reeves, because Christopher Reeves knew everything about Superman also. Like, he was a walking encyclopedia of Superman. It was like,
because that's who he was basically the embodiment.
Yeah, and he lived it. Even after when he was not Superman, he was still reading up on Superman and knowing everything. Because he even told Tom Welling. Tom Welling was like, hey, should I know anything about Superman before? He's like, your story is about you becoming Superman. You don't have to know anything because you're going to discover it. And I was like, dang, that's like so depth and understanding just the character and where production's going with the character, you know?
Yeah, that's really cool.
So So we have people like Henry Cavill on board doing all this good stuff. Even Margot Robbie, she had ideas for like Harley Quinn,
Yeah.
and then they're like, yeah,
And as
we're
long
doing.
as they listen, man, it'll be good. And like, I feel like if they, that's the cool thing is like if they start posting out there on articles or on media outlets, like, and more people listen and start commenting on it, like, you might see like, hey, we should probably listen to these people. These are good ideas. People are talking about it and liking this stuff.
I'm excited nonetheless. It's gonna be cool. The
I am
Shazam
too.
movie
No.
is gonna be good
That'd
for
be
him
cool.
because Billy Batson, he's a Superman fan, and you get all the superhero magnificence and magic involved. It's gonna be fun, and he's a lighthearted character too, so he's just a bundle of joy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited for it too. I just hope that, like, they can, like, the one thing that I've seen, like, even, like,
I will follow my path.
the one thing I hope that I would like to see, I should say, maybe not hopefully, I don't know what they'll do, but I would like to see, like, even within Marvel Civil War and, like, not Civil War, but Infinity War, like, Thanos, to me, like, hasn't really been built up that much. Like Thanos
He's the
is
guy
there.
who sits on chair.
Right, but, like, and we've had how many Marvel movies? And over how many years? Like 10 years? And, like, now all of a sudden he's just gonna show up, and then, like, yeah, we've seen Infinity Stones, but, like, in terms of, like, and, like, anyone that like goes on the internet and reads that stuff, but, like, my grandpa, like, unless I explain to him, I have to, like, sit down and be like, hey, these Infinity Stones are gonna be important later. He's like, oh, they are? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, okay, cool. Like, but as far as watching the movie, you wouldn't know that. Nothing really tells you that they're gonna do that. There's nothing really cluing you in on that. Like, these movies are just sort of, like, more or less there to help you learn the characters and keep the flow of the production going. What I would like to see more of in Marvel and DC would just be like, hey, let's actually, like, plant these seeds. Let's actually take more advantage of this shared universe that we have in a way that, like, the comics used to. Because I feel like that's the one thing that they kind of do. They don't really go enough into it because they're too maybe afraid of, like, people not understanding or not having seen everything else.
Yeah,
You know what I
because
mean?
a lot of Justice League stories are similar to like Star Trek stories, man. They're pretty deep, man. You can't just, go, hey, bad guy, kill him.
No, it's really not just like that. And if you're trying to establish, like, a bigger universe to get to a bigger overarching story, like, I would like to see that emphasized more rather than just be like, okay, this movie is this, and there's an individual conflict, and there's some villains, and this villain is gonna get beaten, and then, okay, here's some little side stuff that's not important that might come up in another movie later. Like,
See, that's why I like Star Wars, because there's a definitive huge goal. It's like, you need peace of the fucking galaxy. You guys are crazy. You know?
it's for real. I agree. And that's why I'm kind of glad Darkseid wasn't, like, a main thing. But I would have liked Darkseid to at least been introduced. Like, him getting introduced would have been great. That would have been a perfect start. Like, knowing what his goals are. Like, okay, yes, you make Steppenwolf the villain that you defeat, but guess what? Like, you make that movie establish, like, who Darkseid is, kind of clearly.
Yeah, because clearly Steppenwolf isn't the big bad. He never was.
No, exactly. So that's something they could have done. They really should have just left that, like, Darkseid in. I just am glad, like, the one thing I wouldn't like it to be done, it's like, you know how, like, Doomsday was in Dawn of Justice?
Yeah.
Like, that's not how I want it done. I don't want him to just, I don't want it to be
Technically,
just,
he's
like, a
not
big
really
boss
Doomsday.
fight.
I found out.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know it's not technically real Doomsday, but, like, but they could do something with that to redeem that. But,
yeah.
like, if they don't, like, then that is just sort of, you know what I mean? That's not how I'd want to see it done. Like, to introduce a villain just to kill him. Like, you would introduce Darkseid in Justice League, like, to just sort of have him be, like, known as a big bad, but not really have him be the focus of as the villain. Just give a lot of information about who he is and what his intentions are, but no, don't really resolve them in that movie.
Yeah.
But hey, that's what. Like,
I didn't mind
they could
Doomsday because
totally do
even
that.
in the comics he came and went, like, he had no end goal. He's like, I'm here, I'm gonna kill shit, and then he
That's
gets
true.
killed.
I mean, that for Doomsday, that's how it is. But I mean, like, that fight just like, here's the thing. Like, Doomsday is supposed to be a really powerful physical threat, like
that
a really
builds from
imposing
the
thing.
force, and then he's like a natural disaster, and he just takes a toll on
Yeah,
everybody.
and so like in the way that they did it in Dawn of Justice, it just sort of felt like, oh, I've got this big monster. It's just more like, okay, like you could have. I don't have a problem with like his storyline. It was just more how quickly they did it.
Yeah.
So you imagine.
But I did like, dude.
Mhm.
Yeah, but what I did like is after Batman and Superman kissed and made up, which I knew they would do, and I wanted them to do.
Yeah,
we
all
had
knew
an
they'd do it.
hour. I timed it the whole movie. After that, we have an hour of Team Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman beating up bad guys. That's a good hour. Like,
yeah, it's a badass hour.
I time it because when I rewatch it, I just watch that part after they rekindle, and oh my gosh, it's an hour of awesomeness. But
No,
then,
it is. That's like one of the
ending's
greatest parts.
sad, but you get an hour of them being heroes together. That was so
Yeah,
cool.
it's totally fine.
So
No, that part works. I'm just saying
because that made up for all
part
the
works.
sadness of everyone being like so. All right, because they had to create a whole depressive, sad reason why these two heroes who don't know each other are going to fight each other. That's a lot of work. And I think they handled it well.
Sure.
And I think, unfortunately, because the movie was them fighting in the epilogue, I mean the climax, that it just made it, like, forced it to be a darker movie, you know? Like, there's no way to go light about good guys fighting each other. That's like a bad thing, you know? Even Civil War was intense.
No, it's bad. The problem though is like they didn't have to like they never had to start there. There was no reason to start in a dark place like that.
Because if
the
they want,
only thing is that
it
just felt like they start. No, you're fine. And like I'm sorry too if I cut you off too. But it was just more like it just sort of felt like they started Man of Steel, like you said, it was going to be in the Batman universe, but it was just sort of like, okay, the Dark Knight was successful. We have the Dark Knight. This is another Suits thing to me. It's just like, okay, the Dark Knight is successful. It's a dark film. Everybody wants dark stuff. Hey, we want this, you know, these new DC movies that we're going to do. Is like Marvel has a great universe, but we want to get in on that. And what do we have an example is really successful? Oh, Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight movie. That works. Let's make these movies dark. That to me is where the problem was. You decided from the beginning, before production of the film, that you want to make this series dark, when it's just sort of like, I get that story needed to be dark, but in terms of like the grand scale epicness, like to me, it felt like, you know, when I first learned about these characters in DC, like I feel like we're starting off in the movie universe right at Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Right. That's a lot to take in.
It is. Why start? Like, you have such rich history with these characters. You have such a rich universe. You have so much that you could go into. You could take so much time and spread these things out over years and, like, really get into the nitty-gritty details of what makes this magical for all these characters. But instead, you decide to just rush into the stuff that everybody loves the most. Like, the big fight. Like, you know what I mean? Like let's
Kinda
just jump right into... Yeah, and that's not a problem with that. Like, trust me, like, all of the stuff that we're getting is amazing. Like, I love it. It's like, it's just like the icing on the cake. Like, I'm getting that. But I feel like we jumped right to that point when we should have maybe not jumped right to that point. We could have gotten, like, a lot of good movies and a lot of good build-up to a Crisis on Infinite Earth. You know what I mean?
Because I have
But that's okay.
I think... what I would have done with Batman v Superman is I would have done it as a two-parter, and what I would have done, because they shot so much of it that if you cut it in half, it could be a two-parter. What I think they should have done, or here's what I would have done if I had all the power and I had this to do. I'd say, all right, we're gonna shoot it as one movie, but we're gonna release it in two parts, so you guys get double the money. Secondly, I would have the first part have it be Superman. Well, first part I would call Dawn of Justice, alright? Actually, I would call the whole thing Dawn of Justice. No, okay, I'll call the first part Dawn of Justice. So you have Dawn of Justice. What Dawn of Justice is, it's all about Superman. And Bruce Wayne is in it, so you do have Ben Affleck in it. and Diana is in it, but the only scenes I'm keeping is of him as Bruce Wayne sneaking around just to get some information on Lex Luthor and Kryptonite or whatever. I'm not gonna have any fighting with Batman, just him investigating. Like, he's not even fighting in the whole movie. No one's gonna like that. But for what I have in mind, is we see him as a detective more. Maybe he'll knock a few people, but he doesn't interact with Superman. The whole movie is just Superman solving problems. Like, everything we saw in the montage was like a story element, like him saving that rocket from exploding. Maybe there's a story of him as Clark Kent finding that someone's going to sabotage it, and then in the end he goes as Superman to save it. Use it as a story. So the whole first part is Superman saving people, doing good. Like, we see the stories of him doing that. We see people liking him, as well as we see the criticism from the government and all that, and we keep that too. So that gives Superman time to breathe, be happy, and also see that some bad thing is happening. And the big bag in that, I will have it Metallo, okay? And then there's some action there, and then we find out that Metallo's armor was all made by LexCorp or something, and then you end the movie on that. And then the second movie is going to be Batman v Superman. So everything we saw in Batman v Superman, them confronting each other and all that, you keep that. But we have that one movie with it, and then you don't lose money because you shot it all at the same time. And I think that would have solved some problems there.
No, for sure.
So
I just feel
think
like
they could easily, because I say that because that idea they could have done, because they had the money to do that.
I will follow my path.
Split it up in two, and then give Superman some time to establish himself more. Because in Man of Steel, we ended with him beginning, you know? In Batman Begins, he began, and then we got to see him do the Batman work for a little bit, and then it continues in Dark Knight.
Yep.
So, Superman needed his Dark Knight before his Dark Knight Rises, and his Dark Knight Rises was Batman v Superman. It's just that we didn't get Man of Steel's Dark Knight.
That's true. We didn't.
So that's another opportunity they missed, and they could have fixed that too by doing it that way. Dang, I just killed by Brigitte, and she's like, "You might want to keep your distance." I was like, "Man, bitch, you get this attitude from." But what is cool about the DC characters? They're loved so much, even by the haters, that everyone has hopes and opinions on how it should be, you know? And that says a lot about the characters, you know?
Oh no, the characters are gold.
The fact that people hate them or hate how they're depicted a certain way shows how much they are loved, you know?
Dude, it's like the wrestling logic, bro. It's like the heel. It's like whether or not, it doesn't matter if you're a wrestler getting booed or cheered, as long as they're not being silent.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Very true, though. Very true. So, Justice League might be the John Cena until it has that moment where it's like, hey, you're not bad after all.
You know, and even John
or
Cena
like Rock.
like,
No, I'm sorry, like Rock.
Some people over.
Yeah, I mean,
Rock.
I want to say it's more like The Rock, because he's had to win the wrestling fans over like 2 or 3 times, because he was a heel.
Multiple times.
And then when he took a break from making movies like Walking Tall and Doom, he when he came back to WWE, he was like labeled Mr. Hollywood, and everyone hated him.
Yep.
And then he decided, you know, I'm going to use that. And then he started being a heel, and then he started winning people. And I was like, dang, that's amazing, Rock. Oh my god, you're my favorite wrestler.
Yeah, for real, dude. That's how he does it. Fucking great. And that's what you do. You just embrace it. Well, if they're gonna hate me, I'm just gonna embrace it and then make them laugh.
Yeah,
you know, just subvert people's expectations and go with the flow and make them think that what they're doing.
He was still always him, and that was cool.
Yep, always him.
Never stopped being.
Yep, it's just different versions of him. Yep. It's like tapping into the light side of yourself and playing that up versus tapping into the dark side of yourself and playing that up.
Right.
All it is.
Oh, well said, dude. Oh, you are a Jedi, my friend.
Thank you.
You are.
Man, you are. I wish
Oh
That's why I
damn.
need to do something with art on the side. Like, as much as life beats me down, I have to be creative. I have some life to be about that.
Yeah, man.
Can't really draw, but story writing is something I've been really thinking about.
Oh, cool.
Stories. Okay,
I like telling stories. Oh shit. Dang.
Like that, it's probably my favorite.
Oh, you're breaking up, bro. What?
Am I breaking up?
Yeah, you're breaking up a bit. Like I couldn't hear half of your words.
You hear now?
Yeah, I can hear it now. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what's happening. I think it's probably like the...
It's probably a connection. It sounds like an internet connection issue.
No, it's on my headphones. You know when you like, spin the cable sound?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not gonna get this.
No.
What time is it? This might be my last one.
This is mine too, I think.
Okay, that sounds good. Let's do that. Oh, and it ends.
I'm good, cause like I was thinking about it as I was going through some of my videos trying to get loose.
Yeah. All right, let's call it. Oh, whoa! Bastion has a new highlight intro.
Yeah.
That was dope. I actually want that. Huh. Alright.
Cool, man. I'm gonna open my loot box though.
Yeah. I'll get that Bastion highlight. Nope.
I wonder. Did you get a loot box?
Nah. But I already bought some. I got one when I logged in, so that's cool. Let's see.
Man, cool then.
Oh, that's so Transformers-y. I love it. I'm so using it. That's dope. Dang, Bastion, look at you, bad boy. Who else?
Bomber's victory.
Anyone else get a new highlight intro or whatever?
I'm not sure.
Okay, I'm not sure either. I wish they had a list of what was new.
Yeah. I like this spray that I got though from a tree. I'm using it, not excited by it. It's just sort of like a wanted poster, but there's nothing on the wanted picture. It's open, so whatever texture I put it on, it'll be like that's wanted.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah. It's a stupid little fun thing.
Does Sombra have anything new? Nope.
What else news on Yada stuff?
Oh, there's news in Yada stuff, you said?
No, I said I got the news. There might be some
sweet.
news. Junkrat. Did Junkrat get anything?
There's a new pajama skin for May.
Yeah, I saw that. That's cool. May.
Yeah,
So who has
pretty
this stuff then? May?
Bastion with this highlight intro. I think Orisa has a new victory pose.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, she does. One with the little puppy. I got it.
May?
Okay, my man. It was so good playing with you.
Yeah, you too, bro. Good time.
Yeah, I will see you later. I'm gonna call it night. Yeah, I did it, you. I bid.